Hi everyone. Welcome to High Shelf Collective and our one shot of Fabula Ultima. Before we dive in, some small housekeeping. First off, hope everyone's having a great start to the week as we roll into the last week of August, which is, I can't believe it's the last week of August. Oh my God.
Right.
Before we dive into introductions, though, and this one shot proper, got some fun things on the calendar I want to bring to your attention. It's going to happen on the channel soon. So, hey, things to keep in mind. Tomorrow, Tuesday, August 27th, is the penultimate session of, I believe it's the penultimate, that's what Taylor told me. I'm looking forward to being corrected later. Penultimate session of our Werewolf 5e campaign, Rage Across Texas. If you have not watched it, please find a means to watch it. I'm a World of Darkness junkie. They're doing really fun things in that game. I also can't believe some of the things they're doing in that game. I love it. It's chaotic. It's great. It's fun. Go watch it. On Friday, August 30th, we have the third episode of our four-part Mass Effect series. Casey is running Omega, the rookies. I will say this every chance it's brought up. Download your own copy of the Omega rule set that this wonderful channel actually collaborated and made. It's fantastic. It's a great system to use in conjunction with Cyberpunk Red. Also, it's Mass Effect. What's not to love about Mass Effect? On Wednesday, September 4th, Beacons of Farlight returns from hiatus for Arc 3, run by the wonderful, delightful JT. Tune into a very interesting game. Anytime I've been able to tune in, it's been captivating and emotional. And outside of that, hey, looking for any other scheduling, games, what have you, follow us on socials, join the Discord. It's a great community. You'll be reminded of when games are coming up, streams, calls, casting calls, all that jazz. With that, I want to go around the table and have everyone introduce who they are, their pronouns, and the character they'll be playing tonight, and their pronouns as well. We will start with Matt.
Hello, my name is Matt. My pronouns are he, him. I'll be playing Oi, whose pronouns are he, they. And I'll pass it over to Chrissy.
Sorry, I was watching to see if the captions updated.
Oh, my bad.
No, you were all good. You were all good. Hi, I'm Chrissy, and my pronouns are she, they, and I'm playing Danica, who also is she, they, and I will pass it on over. Moss is below me, so we'll go on down to Moss.
Hi, I'm Moss. My pronouns are they, them. I will be playing Rylan, my bunny boy that I usually play on Final Fantasy XIV with a different name, whose pronouns are he, they. And Elsie, you go.
What if I said no? Like, what if I just said right back to Nate? You don't get to perceive me today. Anyway, I'm Elsie. I'm optimistic on all social media. I use she, they pronouns. I'm playing Riari tonight, and she also uses she, they pronouns. And now I can pass it right back to Nate.
Yes, you can. Hi, everyone. My name is Nate. Pronouns are he, him. I'll be our GM for this game. As mentioned, we will be playing. I have the book somewhere. Hey! Fabula Ultima. It's a tabletop role playing game inspired by Japanese role playing video games. So think like Bravely Default, Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest, Ni no Kune. Obviously, Final Fantasy, which I am also with Moss. I have a mild 14 obsession. We won't get into that, or we might during this game without realizing it. Don't worry about it. And many others. It's a wonderful system. It's really cool. I've been wanting to run this for a while, ever since I saw Hoop over on the Lost Caravan running it, who just, I believe they just wrapped up their campaign this past weekend. But it's due to them I actually came across the system and have been wanting to try it out ever since. And before we dive in, and this is a thing Matt is very much used to with me, before we dive into our session, I usually do this for a lot of my games. I just something I started as an offline thing, and it's now gone into online, and I don't know why I'm continuing this, but I think it's fun. Song lyrics to contemplate before we dive into tonight's game. Just imagine what's around the bend, maybe magic or mischief, gods forfend. Endless marvels, mysteries, newfound friends, wilder than wildest dreams portend. Tender hearts or sorrow's skies to mend, fill them with golden tones instead. Steady forward, there's so much to see for you and me, together, you and me. Song is called Open Skies by a wonderful group called the Primals. And without further ado, our tale starts in the Crystarium, a proud and vibrant city. A beacon of hope a monument of defiance against any and all troubles the world throws at it and its people. Heroes from all over find themselves drawn towards it, ready to answer its alluring call of hope, glory, fame, and the possibility of an adventurous lifestyle. The most distinguishing feature of the city is in its namesake. At the center of this great city lies the Crystal Tower, a massive, monumental, crystalline structure that perforates the skies above. No one knows where it originates from. It's always been there. Over time, the city itself was built around it. It stands as a proud symbol of the city's willingness to persevere, a word that rings true about the history of the city and the world at large. Now, the city does have a leader, so anyone who lives within its sanctified walls knows that everyone more or less pulls an equal amount of weight, but there is one person who unifies all of them. A hero in their own right, one who stepped up along with a few of their friends to make this city what it is today. Lady Alice Branford, a person of incredible skill, who has been at the forefront of making sure the Crystarium community pushes forward, ensuring a better world for those in the city and beyond. However, let's move from world history to personal history. Our view shifts towards a job board located in the city's marketplace, which, because I love doing this in game, if one of you would like to name the marketplace, or rather what those in the city refer to it as, by all means, you have the power to do so. Just let me finish the intro first. We watch as one by one new opportunities are grabbed as adventurers of all kinds take on their next job. It's at this moment our view shifts to one of you as you're standing there looking at what's left. All you see in the top left corner is the most inconspicuous piece of paper imaginable. Either no one has noticed it or it's purposely being ignored. The following is found on the piece of paper: adventurers needed, excursion to the Faelands, transportation of cargo and goods, ensure safe delivery. Interested parties head to the second cup, sit at the table next to the stairs leading down into the marketplace below. More details to be disclosed upon accepting job. Be at table by 12 p.m. Order a drink while you wait. It is currently 11 a.m. Which of you would be looking at this piece of paper at this hour? And whomever answers first, tell us who you are playing again and what do you look like? And it is entirely up to whoever talks first. Because I'm not picking. Because I know usually it'll fall on the GM, but I think it's more fun for one of you to do that.
I don't mind showing up first.
There you go.
You said 11?
Yep, it's an hour before the meeting time. So you are
Great.
looking at that job board. You have, whether it's a watch of whatever kind you want. I would say if you want, there could be totally wristwatches in this world. Let's do that. Or pocket watches, which I love a lot. But yeah, you were there at 11 a.m.
Fantastic.
looking at the board and see that.
Okay. Well, in that case, Oi will show up. He's got a little red overshirt over a button-up green shirt. He's got a little gold medallion on black string, as well as green hair, green eyebrows, a little cap on his head. And as he's looking around, he's like, did you say it was the only quest on the board?
It is the only one left.
Okay, you'll see, like, Oi like looks at it and kind of like looks around for a little bit before he like does the little like flips it to see if there's anything behind, looks behind the board. He'll call out to anyone just like, Slim Pickens today?
When you do, someone walks by with something, they're already holding on to a piece. They're like, well, I guess so. I mean, I got one right here. I'll have to do that right now. All the best. And they just walk away.
All right, Tom. All right. And then I'll just always just gonna reach up, take one of the slips and says, okay, let's see if I can figure it all out today. Before he'll like he'll hold it up for a moment and then realize, wait, there's more stuff he's got to get through the, if you don't mind, the Cat's Cradle Market. And so he's gonna like hold on to the slip in his teeth as he goes around and just kind of waves at some of the people he knows, and inspects the goods and probably haggling along the way.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I have it written down, Cat's Cradle Market. Boom.
Sick, thank you.
Whoever wants to go next. And I will say whoever goes next is now 11:10 a.m.
Oh,
I mean, I can go next. I'll say Danica isn't at the job board. Danica is currently arguing over the price of a crystal dagger. When you see her, she is very tall, and she is entirely made out of alexandrite. Thinking like Emma Frost from X-Men's like diamond form, except the gemstone she's made out of like shifts from like pink to purplish to like a bluish indigo sort of thing. And that is like her entire form. She does have on some very casual clothing, like there's like a kind of purplish halter top and these kind of flowy pants and black boots. And next to her is a companion, a little fox for all intents and purposes, except it is like very kind of like ethereal looking, not quite there, shimmers a bit. It's like the colors of an aurora, and it's just hanging out next to her. And yeah, that is Danica.
Does the fox have a name?
Aurora.
Oh, Aurora. Thank you. Sorry. Just making sure.
Yep.
Keeping that in mind. Sweet. Whoever wants to go next. And now the time is 11:20 a.m.
Moss nose goes.
I
So
wasn't looking at the screen.
I know, that's why I said it.
I was totally gonna wait to the last minute.
Oh shit, me too. Can we go at the last minute together?
Like I was gonna go like 10 minutes chill.
Can we do that together? Because I was.
You know
gonna
what?
do the
If you
same
both
thing.
want, I will say you both show up at the same time.
Bet.
It's up to you. I leave that to you two, though. I'm cool with it. It's up to you.
Unless like you want to for real, and then I'll go first.
Whoever you guys want. I'm cool with whatever you decide.
Moss not even answer.
You can go.
Okay, I'm gonna go first then.
Okay. Good.
So I play Riari, and so Riari is a fae herself, and very like classic, typical like pastel depictions of them. Not too much like storybook, I would say, with like pink hair, with like just like shimmery, changing color, like in the light, still pink, but like the iridescent vibe with sparkling freckles and just like very pastel clothing. Average like to shorter height, like on the shorter side, but not like tiny, like small pixie-ish. It's more like just your shorter side of human. And there are definitely like pixie like wings, I say, because I did like that imagery that Nate threw out there a couple times during character creation. And I like so I have another X-Men reference there. I forgot her name. But she's
literally Pixie.
No, it's the one from First Class. Angel. It was Angel, I think. She had like see-through wings. I'm thinking of like not classic comic book, but First Class one.
Yep.
Yeah. Had the wings that were tattoos, then king wings, but these are always there. Anyways, they're like the kind that you see at the Ren Fair, where they're made out of cellophane, and they kind of just like in her skipping movements towards the notice board, kind of flap in time with the skipping beats. And I think it's just like there is, unlike Oi's hesitance of like, why are there no other notices? She's just like, okay, just grabs one and keeps going. I think she half reads the instructions, and when she gets to said place is very confused as what she's supposed to do to the T.
Yeah.
But she'll figure it out when she gets there.
And then right after.
So Rylan is probably about 5'10" if you don't count the ears. He's got black hair that's got like light blue tips and long bunny ears with blue tips, with a little red earring on it and a red sash across his forehead, because I am literally just describing the last outfit I put, glamour I put on my Final Fantasy 14 character. I'm dying. A black pirate coat with like a red sash outfit, black thigh-high greaves, and a little necklace thing here. It's part of the outfit, glamour. And he kind of walks up to the message board, notice board, job board. That's the one. Kind of tired, kind of probably meant to get here a little bit earlier and did not. And just kind of sighs that the last thing left on here is a transport mission, because nobody likes those. And just grabs a ping, sighs, and heads to the table.
I mean, isn't that a mood though in a lot of games, like escort mission? Who wants to do that?
At
At the same time, who knows? We'll find out. All of you at different time intervals, though for the last two, I'm going to say within after Riari, as you grab it, that's when Rylan just shows up right after you. It doesn't even notice that you grabbed it. Probably it's like a minute or two apart. It's just that quick because there's that many people walking around. And just to describe, I love that it's now called the Cat's Cradle Marketplace because that's just a great name. So thank you, Matt. It is an open rotunda. Think of like a very massive open rotunda. So like there is a glass dome above your head that's like at least 1,000 feet up. It covers the entirety of this space. It is also crystalline blue. You're not sure if that's just a cool piece of decoration or it's you literally diffusing the lighting to make it easier to, not to have too much bright light here and there. My photographer brain's kicking in, so that's what I think about. But like when you're in this space, it's like it's like an open air market space. It's also kind of circular in construction. So you also have regular tents that are pitched with market stalls. You also have stuff on the opposite end that is literally within brick-laid building that is just open air market, which then leads to the location of where that job posting tells you to go. Is you follow a set of stairs to the left of the job board. It's like very subtle stairs. It's not like dramatic 45-degree angle. Think more like a 30-degree angle and then another 30-degree. And you assume like when you're going into a tavern, like, oh, you're entering a new building, so you go in the front door. It's not that at all. You get on top the second set of stairs and it just leads right into this perfect circular cafe. It has like a pillar in the center of it that's like a decorative pillar that has all the items of like drinks, whatnot attached to it. So it's this weird, I don't know how to explain it more, like imagine if you had a cafe in Central Park. It's that type of vibe. Like it's just like almost outdoor, but also indoor in a weird way because of the dome. It's just this interesting, I know it's going to be very familiar to me.
So just like...
I know. I couldn't help it. I like the setting. But like it's basically just like you're like having a nice sort of sitting outside almost feel with it, even though you're technically indoors. It's just this very weird mix of just interesting designs. When you do get up there, because you're all at different timetables, my main question for you is, do you sit directly at the table that's specified, which is directly to the left of the stairs you're walking up, or do you go to the cafe and get a drink?
What is there to drink?
I mean, you can ask and find out. I'm going to say it's pretty much whatever you can think of. You want coffee? You want tea? They could probably do that.
Look, I'm a sucker for a cappuccino, so I'd probably go there first.
I mean, me too. I love a good cappuccino.
Mm-hmm.
You walk up. You see a couple people behind the counter. One of them, male presenting, comes up to you and says, "Hi, I'm Leon. What can I get for you today?"
Hey, how's the cappuccinos here, Leon?
Delicious and wonderful.
Okay, yeah. I'll have 2, please.
Can do. Just give me like about a minute or two, and I'll make sure I get your order. What table are you sitting at? Because we can easily just deliver it to the table.
And I'll point to the one by the stairs.
On it. Just wait a couple minutes. We'll have it right for you.
Great. And always, like after a moment, he'll look down and probably see like a little tip jar, and he's like, how much? And then he'll eventually settle on like having his amnesia. It's like, okay, I remember doing this, but I don't remember how much. And so he figures, maybe he'll look at what's already down there, and then he'll toss in the amount that his drinks cost and just drop it in there and just be like, Shazam.
Leon sees you do that, just says thank you. We'll make sure your drink comes out as quick as possible. Thank you for your patronage.
And Oi is gonna be like, okay, so I did do that right. Great. Noted.
I think
I would
when.
yeah.
Oh, so sorry.
No, you're next. I was just going to say your name.
I think when Danica walks in, hi, can I get a jasmine and hibiscus tea, please?
Oh, those are two of my favorite. On it immediately. And they, within like a minute, they just, do you want it delivered at your table, by the way? Do you want, I'm waiting a second. I can easily just get the hot water pouring for this and have it right for you right then and there.
Oh, I can wait. This is lovely.
As you wait, as you wait, they easily make it. You can smell, as weird as this maybe sounds, you can smell that scent of just hibiscus jasmine. Like it's just that immediately it's calming. Like it's just that perfect level of like, yes. You also have that wonderful wafting scent of baked goods below as well. So like whatever you can think of baked good wise, I'm automatically saying yes. There is no limit on this. Also because I love baked goods, so yes. Two glasses get put right in front, or two mugs get put right in front of you. Here you go. Jasmine in this one, hibiscus in the other.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay. And I think she'll pick it up and like go to the table. Like she eventually probably would have stopped by the board. Or like maybe no, she just sees a friend sitting down. Like it just a new friend. She just wants to talk to somebody. So I think she'll see Oi sitting down and just walk over completely oblivious. Hi, hello, hi.
Hi.
Can I also sit here?
Yeah. Do I know you?
No. But if you would like to, my name is Danica.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Oi.
Hi, yeah, that's a great name.
Oh, thank you. Danica's a great name.
Yeah, it, you know, my parents gave it to me. They have great taste, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm not sure if I had parents.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you did at one point.
I don't know. Maybe.
Fascinating.
Who's your friend? And I'll point down to Aurora.
Oh, this is my companion. This is Aurora.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you.
She's very. I would say that you could pet her, but she isn't always corporeal.
Oh, okay.
Very finicky that way. You can try.
What? Okay, so if she's not corporeal and I go for the pet and she becomes corporeal, what happens to my hand?
You know, I never thought about that.
Oh, okay.
I think that she waits until you're not actually like. I think she waits until like maybe your hand is on top and then goes corporeal. Like you don't get your hand cuts inside.
Okay.
It's not that gory.
Okay, good.
She's smarter than the average fox.
Thank goodness. Then I will attempt to pet.
You pet, and you're able to solidly pet them like they are corporeal.
Okay, lucky this time.
And you even see them close their eyes when you do it. Like, yes, pets.
Aww.
Yes.
Are you you're here for and I'll take out the little slip that's a little slobbery now.
Slobbery?
Yeah, I've kept it in my teeth while I was buying things. So
Well, um, I'm here for what?
are you here for the job?
There's a job.
Yeah.
I suppose I can be.
Oh, great. I'm here for the job. It was the only one left. So
Oh, okay, yeah. Is it a job that multiple people can go on? Because I very much need some. Well, I was just in an argument over a dagger that I really want, but it's a little out of my price range. And quite frankly, it's a little expensive for what it is, but it's very pretty.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'd be willing to split it with you if we're the only ones. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Fantastic.
And as this happens, Riari walks into the cafe itself. And do you get a drink? Do you go to the table?
I think if they are still having the conversation about the last job that was there, because like I mentioned, she didn't read the full description of the job. She has no idea what the instructions were. Just like go to this area at this time about, and that's where she kind of stopped reading. It's just like, yeah, that sounds great. And whereabouts are you sitting again? It's like the outside portion, the inside portion.
It's the outside portion. So when you get to the top of those stairs, it's literally the first table on the left. So, yep, right on
there
the
like-
outside.
A railing or anything by your table, or like anything that I would have to like climb over? Okay.
No railing. I would say, ooh, that's a great question. I did not think about. I'm gonna say if you want a railing to be there that you want to climb over, by all means.
That's exactly what she'd do. She'd be like, I heard, and like just like scrambling over this railing, like trying to be real smooth about it, but it's more like a really awkward kid like trying to get in on your conversation. I heard you talking about a job, but there's only one job today. So that job must be the same job I'm looking at, like this. Is your job?
Probably. And I'll like hold up my slobbery paper to compare with yours.
Ew.
No,
Keep that to yourself.
oi.
Oi is the paper, or you is you, or I'm gonna call you you.
Oi.
Anyways, you, what's your name?
Danica.
Danica and you. Nice to meet you. I'm Riari. I have the paper. Mine is not wet. Job?
Yeah.
Job?
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm gonna like go the rest of the way, tumble over into the area that we are sitting, and then sit down next to whichever. I don't know. I roll like a d6. It's a 1, so that was odd. So that's you. So I will sit next to you.
Of course, that'd be odd.
No, you're you.
But I'm you. When you do take a seat, funny enough, a server of sorts eventually comes over and brings Oi his 2 cappuccinos. They also just complimentarily put down like a couple baked goods for you guys. Just you're not really sure why. No one seems to have paid for this. They're like, don't worry about it. We just enjoy a good treat. We made a little more than needed today.
Oh.
And for Riari, they look at you specifically as like, anything you want to drink?
What kind of bubbly stuff do they have? Like soda? They have soda?
I'm gonna say they do. Why not?
Like a fizzy
This is our game.
raspberry.
We can make whatever we want.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
100%.
yeah, like fizzy raspberry beverage. I don't know, something fruity but like bubbly but non-alcoholic. I was gonna initially say chocolate milk, but I went.
I mean, that is its own kind of magic. They immediately just give you a smile. It's like, on it. I know exactly what to get you. I'll be right back. And they head off. As they leave the table, that's when Rylan, you get to the top, see the cafe, also see the table with 3 people sitting there.
So I'm gonna get a drink first because I see a lot of energy happening over there.
What can I get for you today? What would you like to order?
I'd like something with gin that's floral.
They give you a fun look of just like, it's never too early to have a little gin with some floral in it, on it. They turn around, find this beautiful decorated floral bottle, pour a little into a glass, pour another thing into the glass. It looks like a little bit like almost like tea, like sort of like leaves and whatnot. Give it a good shake in like a shake bottle too, and they present it to you, and it smells like the most aromatic like smell that you would find pleasing, like the most perfect smell to you.
I want this drink so bad in real life now.
It's like, here you go. Also, you know what? Just because I don't usually have customers ordering drinks like that in the morning, on the house.
I smell it once more to make sure it's not bitter smelling.
No, it's not. It is the exact smell you were hoping for.
Thank you.
It is exactly that. No, no
and
problem.
go take my drink to the table.
Yep. Where there's 3 others plus a fox sitting at.
And an escort job?
Yeah.
Danica just looks it away, I guess.
And then I just Riker maneuver it into my chair.
Well, someone explain to me what that is. What does that mean?
I will find you an image and put it in.
Is it like the cap image where
Star
it's like?
Trek.
So yeah, I heard you got detention or whatever. Whatever the cap meme is.
So the back of the chair is ignored as you put one leg over and sit directly into the chair without pulling it out or anything.
Yes.
It's amazing.
I know this. Yes, thank you.
You do just that. And now it's the 4 of you sitting there, plus a fox. Oh, not forget Aurora.
What did you get to drink?
I was trying to find a Riker maneuver image. A gin thing.
Oh.
It's really good.
I didn't know that alcohol was an option.
Is it not always an option?
I mean, well, I didn't think about it. Is it good?
Oh, it's great. Wait, are you old enough?
Well, yes, I think. I would assume so because I don't remember how old I am, but yes.
I'm in the same boat.
I think I just lost count. It's not really important, is it?
I was going to offer you a sip, but now I'm questioning it.
I have 2 cups of tea. Would you like it? Would you like to try a cup? I've got jasmine and hibiscus, and they're both very, very good. Very flavorful.
I think there's definitely jasmine in this, so I'm good, but thank you.
Jasmine and gin, huh? Fascinating. I bet that's delicious.
Do you want a sip?
No, that's okay. You're right. It's probably not a solid idea. Give me like an hour to fully wake up, and then maybe I'll order something.
Do you usually remember who you are an hour after you've woken?
I remember who I am. I just lost count of how old I am. It's not that important. You don't really need to linger on it, right? Like, you don't have to think about how old you are.
It's fair.
Or it just looks jealously at them as everyone else remembers who they are.
Oh.
Oh.
As the 4 of you probably take a moment to just kind of, again, talk back and forth, maybe ask questions about what the heck is this job? Or in Ryland's case, escort. Why an escort mission? You kind of take a moment to just, like I said, mingle, chat. You take in your scenery. Again, the cafe is a circular setup. There is this ginormous pillar that you assume touches the glass dome above you. It does not. It comes close to it, but it's just this giant pillar that signifies, hey, there's a cafe here. You should order stuff here. That's really it. There's nothing more outside of that. But also, you just take that moment to kind of look around in your surroundings. Whether you're from here originally, you're just coming here having been traveling for a while. It's just one of those places where everywhere you look, it's just so damn pretty. Like, you just take a moment to kind of just both talk amongst one another, but also kind of have a moment of calm that's just like, oh wow, this is really nice. Like, I get to enjoy something to drink, some food as well. As you're mingling and chatting, on the opposite stairwell leading towards the residential area, a person walks up. Each table they walk by, they are greeted with a friendly hello and wave. They make their way to the counter. Leon walks over. How goes your morning? It goes well. You know what would make it so much better? Let me guess. Black, 2 sugars, and a splash of milk. Like, yes, that would be amazing. Do you also have more of those? They get in a really whispered tone for some reason. More of those coffee biscuits. They're, the hazelnut ones that have little chocolate chips on the top. It's like, I know exactly which one you're talking about. I saved you a couple. It's like, this is why you are the best, Leon. Thank you. You're my favorite. It's like, I got you. A minute goes by. He comes back with a cup of coffee and the most delectable looking cookies you have ever seen in your life. Like, just perfect amount of fluffiness, just smell, everything's right. Here you go, the usual. Enjoy. Thank you. Question for you. Has anyone come in about a job posting? I think there's a table reserved for anyone interested. Yep, right over there. It's like, excellent. Thanks for the treat, as always. They grab their cup of coffee and their plate of cookies, as it were, and head towards your table. As they do, if you turn and look at their way, you see her features in full. Deep blue and black fabrics interwoven throughout. The bottom breaks off into a long skirt of sorts with slits down the legs, making for easier means of movement. She has a pauldron on her right arm, and her right forearm has armor pieces over it as well. On both sides of her hips are decorative armor plates attached via overlapping belts, because frankly, it's Final Fantasy, and for crack's sake, if we play Kingdom Hearts, there's belts everywhere. The front chest piece
It's a
bears the
plot
crest.
device.
It is a plot device, though, but I do give it that.
I hate,
The
no,
front
don't give
chest
it that.
piece-
Don't give it anything.
No, I
Don't
won't.
give it
See you tomorrow.
anything.
You're wonderful, but so many belts. The front chest piece bears the crest of the city on it, an emblem that's embellished with gold. What appear to be custom-made tabby boots that look specifically made for ease of movement and speed. Her raven black hair drapes down a tiny bit past her chin. Her bangs are swept to the left side. The tips of her hair are a deep purple. Her eyes are a perfect shade of luminescent purple. The best way I can describe it, think Yennefer from The Witcher, like that exact eye color. The corner of her left eye, because I couldn't help myself, has a Marilyn Monroe beauty mark of sorts that's either there naturally or is probably painted on. Their button nose brings a softness that comes across as welcoming and wholesome, and prominently standing a foot tall in their head are rabbit hair-like ears, where the tip top of the ears are also a deep purple. Prominently, though, on either side of her hips is some sort of circular object that looks like a weapon of sorts, and you're not sure what that is. And when they approach the table, they give you a very sincere and genuine smile to each of you. Hello, I take it the 4 of you are here about a job.
Yeah, the escort mission.
Yeah, that one. May I sit?
Go right ahead.
Awesome. She sits opposite of Danica's side. So whoever's sitting on one side of Danica, they're sitting on the opposite side of Danica. They put their coffee down. It smells incredible. It's like a perfect coffee smell. And they put their baked goods down for all 4 of you to also take part in, because they got more than they needed. It's like, so the 4 of you, are you interested in this job? I'm here to clarify and make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about interested, but I'm open to it.
Job.
Do you just say job?
Yes.
She gives you a very funny look for a second and is like, out of curiosity, did you read the description of the job, or are you just excited for a job? As I also heard that.
My cat just did something. I
Yep.
don't know what it was right now, but I'll find out later, I'm sure.
snap.
You need to go
Any-
check. It's totally
No,
fine.
it's fine.
Don't worry.
I'm sure.
Okay. Oh.
No, yeah, I read it. I read part of it.
I mean, that's 50% more than most people do, so that's fine in the city. You're good. Takes a drink from her coffee.
Are you here for a job?
I'm here. Yes. Yes, kind of. Wasn't really supposed to be, but I am. I'm more the one who will take you to meet the person who's going to give you the job, if that makes more sense.
The board gives the job.
That's also what I thought.
I mean, honestly, I do think that sometimes, because sometimes I'm amazed it just fills up that quickly, and I have no idea where people are putting it. But no, I'm the one who will be escorting you to who made the job posting. I promise.
Well, now
There
that
is a
you said
possibility the board.
now that you said you promised, now I'm like, why are you promising? Because why would you promise something that doesn't need promising? Why would I suspect you wouldn't do that?
Takes a sip from her coffee, not sure how to respond.
Right? And then
Yep.
Riari's just like looking at everyone else like that's a normal thing, right? You don't normally promise something that doesn't need promising, right?
This is usually, and then she just looks at. Oh, good.
That's like saying honestly prior to a sentence. Like, are you not usually honest?
You know, every person that's promised not to kill me has made attempts.
See? So how do we know that you promised to take us to this job? Now I'm like,
Is this where I point out I'm not the best with words, and it's really me who's not supposed to be doing this
No, I
type
know.
of thing, but I'm also helping a friend out?
okay. Does your friend promise that this is their job?
I will say yes, because I don't want to be more confused than I am now.
I think
we've
Riari
all
looks
learned a
puzzled.
valuable lesson on the importance of when to use the word promise and the gravity of that word.
I think Riari looks very, very, very pleasantly surprised that she has confused someone with words and just like, so this made my day.
I feel like a better way I should have started this off with is, hi, what are your names?
I'm Riari. This is
Pleasure to
you.
meet you. That's a unique name.
No, this is a you name.
And I will say this.
Like a sheep?
Riari has said this enough times that Oi, not knowing who he is starting to think,
Oh
does she know me? Is my name Ew?
No,
Wait, did he did he get his name from somebody just going, "Oi, you"?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it so much.
name lore unlocked. We've done it.
Oh my god, I'm so happy right now.
If somebody doesn't stop this, it's gonna
She
be
know what?
you
This person
forever.
leans into you, Oi, and is like, is your name? I don't think your name's really Ew. I don't think someone would do that. But if you want that to be your name, that's how I'll refer to you. It's entirely up to you.
Look, if it feels better, then great. I don't know.
When you introduced yourself to me, you called yourself Oi, and that is also an unusual name, but that might be a little more polite than Ew. It seems more likely that a parent would have named their child Oi than named their child Ew.
Okay. That's all right. I think that logic is sound. Well, we'll stick with Oi, but I don't know. I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm Danica.
Danica, pleasure to meet you.
Rylan.
For Ryland's sake, just because you also have giant hair-like ears, they are actually the same exact height as you when you saw them walk up. They are 5'10". and especially with the ears, it's like 1 inch shorter. Because I just think that'd be really fun. Rylan, hi. My name is Mission. You can call me Mission Moon. You can also say Miss Moon if you want, but I think that's too formal. I'll also accept. This is the weird moment where they say something and you all kind of probably look at them like, wait, what? I am also technically the captain of the guard for the city.
That
So,
explains why
as
you
you
look
can
familiar.
probably imagine, yeah, I'm not the one really giving the job, but I was told to go fetch those who were interested in the job and eventually let that person tell them the details because I don't really know anything more than go to the cafe.
Oh.
And also, if you paid for anything, I'm to waive your fee immediately because I don't know why, but I was told to do that.
Oh. I got 2 cappuccinos and I also left a tip. So if you could pay
that's
that
good.
as well. Leon has been great.
Oh, I've been making sure he gets good tips for a long time now. His coffee is amazing, and does. And she again looks at the baked goods on the table. They're so good.
Absolutely.
Never take good food for granted. That's always how I look at it. But yeah, if you are interested in the job, she starts standing up. You will follow me, and I will take you to who you're supposed to meet.
I'm gonna cram like 2 or 3 baked goods in each of the pockets of my coat,
Nice.
and then grab down the drink because I'm not gonna take the glassware with me, and then leave the coffee biscuit in my mouth.
You know what? I've done that. She looks at you like I've done that as well, many times when I've had to immediately
Trim
run
and
and
efficient.
get something done.
You seem to come here often. If I do take this one of these cups of tea with me, can you bring it back if I am unable?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'll make sure of
Cool.
it. Of course.
Good tea should be savored, so I think I'll do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like coffee. They have not finished their coffee at all either. So they're already taking the mug with them. And they look behind them and they look at Leon just holding it up. And he's like, I got it. Don't worry. Just bring it back later. Shall we?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's when she notices Aurora and is like, oh my god, it's so cute. And tries to pet it. And Aurora just immediately is not corporeal. It's like, oh, all good. Understand. Boundaries. Apologies. Sorry about
Sorry.
that.
She's really finicky. She has her moods. Maybe later.
It's fine. I'm sorry. It starts walking forward.
No, we all get overstimulated sometimes, you know?
Very, very true.
Oi
As
is
they
gonna
walk,
smile and like inside he's just like, yeah, I got to pet Aurora.
This is the
as
sweetest
you
boy. I fucking
you
love
are,
them.
as Mission starts to walk away, you all follow. She kind of is escorting you away from the second cup, and when she does so again, you kind of take in your surroundings. As you leave the cafe, you're guided towards the massive courtyard that resides in front of that tower. You see people hustling and bustling to and fro. Every now and then, you see someone quickly stop to say hello to Mission, wish them and the rest of you a good day. And any guards in the city you happen to walk by, they all give a very quick salute, which he then immediately is like, please, it's don't need to do that every time I walk by, guys. It's fine. Don't worry. You're all good. She eventually, though, leads you away from the tower. Before, though, you leave, you kind of maybe take a second to just look at that giant structure. It's huge. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than just saying it is, like, capital letters, massive. Like, you look up, and it's just one of those things where you're like, how high does that go? And it's kind of a giant question mark because it's just, it keeps going and going and going. And you do know that there are stairs that lead into it, so you can go in there, but you don't see many people who do go in there. So whoever does, it's very official business, or it's very scarcely like this person, maybe once or twice, and that's it. Very few people go in there. You're being led away from that tower as well as the courtyard. You're being led towards a gorgeous small rotunda connected to the side of it that has 2 sets of stairs on either side. When you get to the top, she walks straight ahead, and in front of you is this perfect sort of almost view / tableau of like the open courtyard and the crystal tower. You just see all the people walking around, the tower in full. It's just like this perfect, I guess the best way to describe it is if this was like a movie cinematic, it would look exactly like a perfect widescreen shot of just that. Standing at the railing looking into the crowd is someone who has their back towards you, and Mission speaks up. My lord, the adventurers for your job you posted are here. As this person turns around, you see their outfit in full, and I will post a photo in a second of it just to make it easier. Ostensibly, in the simplest of terms, even though I'm going to get very complex because I can't help it with fashion, it's a midnight blue floral embroidered T-length dress with an A-line tully skirt. To be a little more in depth, because I can't help it as a former tailor and a bit of a fashion nerd, it's an illusion collared bodice with glass beaded buttons, sheer blouson tully sleeves, floral embroidery and lace applique all around. So like for the lace specifically, it's on the shoulders with the applique almost looking like tattoos is probably the best way to put it, but it's not, it's fabric. Corset construction bodice with an exposed sheer back. On their shoulders, connected to a piece wrapped around their torso, is literal golden armor. On her feet and legs are white stockings with golden accents here and there. They somehow have on very prominent high heels, which, yes, I know this is fantasy and that wouldn't be comfortable to run around in. We're going for aesthetics here. On the right side is an ostentatious rapier, and on their left is a magical implement of sorts. On their head, gorgeous long sunflower blonde hair that flows past their shoulders. And as they turn around, whether you grew up here, have been to the city once or twice, you immediately recognize their face. And they speak to you just saying, most excellent, pleasure to meet you. I am Alice Branford. I am the Lord, also kind of protector of the city. Gives you a very gracious bow, like the most over-the-top ceremonial like bow you've probably ever gotten in your life. And then Mission leans into the four of you. It's like, I promise she doesn't say that all the time. She's much more chill than she looks.
Rylan is trying to figure out if he needs to bow.
I think
I've already
Danica-
bowed. Oh, sorry.
Danica tries to bow. I don't think she's very good at it. It's not.
Yeah, it's more like,
Instead, Rylan just kind of leans back more.
I love that.
I think Riari definitely bows, but it is in the most like mirror image, not intentionally mocking, but like definitely trying to get down all of the intricate like details of this bow down. Not successfully doing it. It definitely comes off a little bit more facetious than intended, but there was an attempt. Like maybe like it
Nice.
just dips a little too low in the bow or something.
I'd say Oi, like it's kind of like if you go out onto the dance floor and people are doing a line dance, but two people are doing different things, and so he's like, wait, do I do back, forward, what? And then he's just like, hey.
As you all attempt that, except for Rylan, who just casually leans back in the most chill looking way possible, because yes, that's how I visioned it, and it looks great. As she gets up from her bow, she probably looks at all of you doing that and just has a small laugh, like, you actually don't have to bow, it's totally okay, I promise. I appreciate it, but you did not have to do that, don't worry.
Oh, I thought that's just how we were greeting each other.
Oh, I'm okay with that. Just letting you know you didn't have to. It's all good. I'm looks at Mission. I'm more formal than some people like, and then Mission just does not look at her, just like, I didn't say anything. I take it you're here about the job.
Yes.
Yeah.
She stops standing next to the railing, gets more closer to the four of you, because the four of you are kind of grouped up. It's like, so I just want to be upfront about what this job is, because to be honest, I wrote a very not thoroughly detailed post-it note of sorts, and I just want to be upfront about what this entails. This is a very important sort of escort. It's not simple, just like helping some merchant go outside the city to deliver goods. We need something that's to be transported that can arrive safely and securely to its destination. She gets a little nervous talking to you for some reason, because maybe it's just more of like how to explain things in a normal way that's not over the top. You're escorting two things. One is an item that I do not have on me. I will get to that in a second. You are also helping escort a person who is holding on to that item, and they requested that they have an escort with them for their journey back. It's a 4-day journey to the Faelands. It's 4-day where if you want, we can provide you with mounts to make the trip go quicker. That's entirely up to you. We can work that out detail-wise. It would be free. It would not be something you need to pay for. It would be on the city's behalf that you would be able to do that. As for why we want the security and the detail, again, it's more this person's asking for safety to get back to their homeland, but also the item they're carrying, they're a little worried someone might try to grab it or something. I don't want to not take what they're saying for doubt. I want to make sure they arrive to their destination safe as can be. But it's not a simple matter of just helping one person go from A to B. It seems like it's much more than that. And that's why we want to make sure before we agree upon anything that you are okay with doing this.
It feels like there's a lot getting simplified here.
Yeah. In terms of the person too, she pauses for a long second. It's like, to be honest, they won't even give me a lot of details. I know a few things, but they also told me not to give more details until they met all of you in person first. And I'm sticking to their word because I promised them I would not say more than I needed to.
Okay.
I will say the item, though, if I can speak a tiny bit about it, it's more like a item of, how to explain this? They presented us with an item, and we're giving them one back as a symbol of unity between two kingdoms.
Oh. Okay.
It's not a big thing. It's much smaller than you're probably thinking. They have it. They can show it. They can show and explain if you agree or not.
But they are a person that can accept an object for an entire kingdom's behalf.
Yes. They have the same sort of, if you want to put it, formal standing I do in order to do that.
Gotcha.
However, there is one caveat to this, as it were, and it's not something I've ever had to really ask before, but I feel like for once I kind of, based off of how they were talking about it. I fully believe all of you are capable of escorting someone safe and secure. However, I also kind of need proof of that.
That seems valid. There seems to be a lot of confusion about identities here.
Yeah. Gives you a fun look of like, confusion about identities in what way? That probably looks
people are finding themselves everywhere, you know. A lot of soul searching going on.
Fair. I completely get that. But to put it in more plain terms, I need to see a proof that you can hold your own in a situation if a fight were to break out. Which is why when you say that and they say that, they don't really ask for permission on this. It just kind of happens. They take their sword out, and what they do is they don't point it. They actually turn it upside down with the handle, and the implement they had on their other side, they put on top of it, which now turns it into this extremely fascinating staff. And they just raise it up, and like in a flash of light, you're not in the spot that you were. You are now in a completely different part of the city where it is a watchtower that is overlooking the front entrance, where you have the most scenic, gorgeous mountain view. And also because I remember we talked about this and I made sure it's there. All the foliage is actually this beautiful, vibrant blue on the ground. So you have this beautiful mountain range, and then you look down, and then all the grass below you is just this perfect verdant blue. And as I mentioned, all of you just in an instant are in a completely different location. It's like, I normally don't ask this of people when I assign jobs. However, the person you'll be escorting wants to make sure you can hold your own if something were to happen, which is why she does a weird thing. She looks at Mission saying, if you don't mind, I want you to test against my guard here, my friend. To which our wonderful little guard Captain Bunny looks at all of you like, wait, what? That was not part of it. I didn't, wait, what? It's like, you'll be fine. You can hold your own in anything. I know you. I trust you. It's like, looks at the four of you like, are you okay with this? Like, I'm up for a little display of some finesse if you are.
I
Well,
yes.
Oi gives an up. I love that.
Yeah.
Oi just gives the thumbs up.
Yeah.
Riari as well.
Ryland already has their weapons out.
Oh, sick.
They had to move up.
Alice looks at
go
all
out
of you
the
saying, yeah, Alice moves to like the center of that space, and it's a much bigger space than you think. It's like maybe 50 feet by 50 feet. It's like a perfect square. And then when you do look down, you realize you're very high up. You're like 5 stories up in a guard tower looking out into open, perfect vista. But if you turn around, you see the exterior walls of the city. And then if you do look down below, because I want to make this fun, and I said this was totally going to happen, you do see what looks like pens for the most adorable, not copyright at all, adorable little birds possible down there.
Aww. We have
And
to win
Alice
for
moves to
that.
the middle. It's like, if you are all ready, I will adjudicate this and make sure it's a fair fight.
Well, you see Danica like reaching down to like find her dagger because it's not appropriately stored on her side. Or not her dagger, her pistol, as it should be. Okay. Are we doing this? I don't get to use this thing very often, but I'm very good at it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love that so much, by the way. And that said, Ryland's already ready. What about Riari?
Yeah, no, she's drawn her katana, which is just kind of like it's clearly that she doesn't care about it. It's not, to her, it is not, it's an extension of the way she does combat. And it's just kind of like, it's just like at her side. I can't like do it on camera, but like a lazy arm like drag, like has drawn it, put it back down at her side. It's just like scraping along the ground, like.
I love that. Mission moves to the opposite end of all of you. Alice is in the middle. Alice just says, I will adjudicate this. Mission walks across. And as she's turned around, she takes those circular objects off the side of her and does a very performative spin and flourish, and then gets literally into what looks like a very prominent stance. And because I wrote this, because goddamn, let's have a thirst trap moment. She just looks at the four of you, like, hit me with everything you've got. I won't hold back. And that's when we can start combat. What I need, because this game is fascinating with how it does it, you will pick one person who will act as your group leader to make the actual initiative roll. But before they roll, those who are not the leader, you're all going to roll the same roll as them, which is, I believe, Dex plus Insight, and you need to get a number above a 10. So whatever your die is for your Dex, whatever your die is for your Insight, you're going to roll that. Tell me what the combined number is. If it's above a 10, what happens is you will give that person who decides to roll for you initiative, they'll get a +1. So first off, who's going to be the group leader is what I need to know. That's a no from LC. I love that. It's like being in high school all over again. It's like, I don't want to pick. Also, nose goes is fun too.
Oi would definitely be looking towards Rylan because he definitely feels like Rylan is like confident and ready to rock. So that's like both
Ryland's
my
done this
nomination.
before and hates it. Just the escort mission thing, you know.
Yep. So what I'll say for you, just so you know, the target number you're trying to get above is a 9.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And the
so all of
D6
you can roll
D8
and let me
plus.
know what you get.
I rolled an 11.
Ooh, I got a 10.
Oh, so now okay, so that's +1 from Danica, and then the other 2. I'm just gonna add it anyways, even though you got a 10. I want to do this because it's fun.
15, baby.
That's another +1.
Shit. What was my initiative roll again?
It's dexterity plus insight.
Right. Okay. So, okay. Got it. Okay. That is a 12.
Oh yeah, you easily get above it. All right, so the way this works is when you are able to get basically above the combatant's initiative, you get to go first. There is no turn order in this. You get to go whenever you feel like it. So in other words, it allows you to combo off one another if you so choose. The way this will work though, just so I'm upfront with you, it'll be 2 of you go, and then she will go, then another 2 of you will go, and then she will go again because she gets to attack twice in a turn.
Ooh, fancy.
Because I made this a little tougher, but also because I felt like they're a fucking guard captain. They should be at least a little tougher. But yeah, the way it works is you guys get to determine who wants to attack first, and then we go from there. Because there is literally no need to worry about whose initiative is higher. It's basically whoever decides they want to attack first, the other can then follow, followed by another, then another.
I dig it.
I still love the nose goes approach. Chris, that was great.
Don't make me make a
action per
decision.
go, or
Yeah, you can, and the way it works is you get 1 action you can do each turn,
okay.
which is very much turn-based combat, perfectly done.
Rylan, if you want to do something, I can kick us off to give you a boost. Rylan?
Oh, sorry. I was reading my spell.
Oh, my bad.
I keep forgetting that's my character's name. I usually go with something like Data or Lore or Havoc, not an actual name, and it's throwing me off.
I dig it. Oh man.
Like that's not a noun. That can't be me.
At the same
Names are
time,
nouns.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
If you, I have a cognitive focus, which on my turn, I heard that you can cause enemies to become dazed, enraged, or shaken with some of your abilities, Matt. So if you do that and I make them the cognitive focus, I can technically use clairvoyance to find out their potential weaknesses.
So my first move would be to use symbolism to either add forbiddance or flux to them, which can make them not immune to daze, shaken, slow, or weak if I use flux.
There we go. Okay.
I was trying to double check and see if I could put 2 symbols. It says active at the same time. It doesn't limit that I can only have 1 symbol on a person.
So really, Rylan should go first, then you, and then other person attacks us, and then Danica and I go. That sounds like the turn order. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm on board.
So Rylan's going to start by making marks. Their weapon was a deck of metal cards. And they're just gonna, I don't know, with a marker or something. I don't know. Or no, just gonna air mark, because magic. Sure.
Yeah.
The symbols for flux and forbiddance, which look like something, onto 2 of these cards, and or perform a free attack with the weapon you have equipped. So yeah, so I'm going to attack with these to put those 2 marks onto her.
So I think I want to make sure I pull the PDF on this. So give me 1 second, because I want to make sure everything is done. Not correctly, but also I'm okay with things.
So much text on my screen.
I know, that's the other thing, is I want to make sure I help adjudicate as much as possible on my end to make things not as stressful. Because I know I get stressed out a lot from stuff.
Specifically for the flux, it is to the creature cannot be immune to dazed. Cannot gain immunity to dazed. And the action for forbiddance is attack. they will lose both 5 hit points and 5 mind points if they attack.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Let me see.
And it uses 2
And that's one of your
inventory
dances, if
points. No, it's a symbolism move. It's
Oh,
symbolism.
symbolism. Yep. Sorry.
And then the
brain
first 2 spells I have listed are the
Yep.
2 flux symbols.
I'm just trying to see if you have to roll anything or if it's just instant, which do. Give me 1 second, and then I'm adjudicate.
Fabula Ultima is very complicated.
Yeah,
but
no.
really cool.
Mhm.
I mean, when the cheat sheet's 6 pages, you know you got some
I'm
rolls
sorry.
going.
Right?
No, I'm not
I
complaining.
lack brevity.
No,
I was
I
looking
wanna be-
on there for the like, how many actions do we get in a turn?
I want to
I'm
be
going
very
to
clear.
say,
It's
'cause
a
it-
great cheat sheet. You did a fantastic job. I am not
No, you're
complaining.
good. No, you're good. You're good. I'm gonna say, because I can't read if it need to roll for that. I'm just gonna say if you do that, that is put out there, because I just think that makes more sense. Unless you feel like you
Nice.
want to roll for that, then I would say that. But it doesn't seem like it's making it where you need to do that. So if I screw that up and we find out later,
It looks
don't
like
worry about it.
you just have to roll to hit, like with your.
Yeah, you just have to roll to hit. I
And if
think.
it's
So for
above
that-
their defense, then that's it. You hit.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
instead of using an inventory action. Oh no, wait.
Oh,
No,
a
it's choose
spell,
one
right?
option. No, it's still an inventory action, but it says perform a
Yeah.
free attack with a weapon you have equipped. Attack deals no damage, but you apply a copy of the chosen symbol.
Okay. So that's saying if you're attacking, then you roll that die for your weapon that you have equipped.
Okay, so that is.
And I will
cards.
say, because I want to make sure I'm upfront about this stuff, because I'm usually not great about it. Their defense, which I had a second ago, is for melee or range, their defense is 10. Their magic defense is 9.
Okay, so that's 8, and then the hit rate on that is +4, so that's 12.
Oh, so you hit.
Nice.
So the way this works is, what's the highest number you rolled?
A 6.
So do you have any? Actually, I have your sheet up. What am I saying? I can just look at it. Hey. Because everything is all over the place for me. So with that, oh, so your hit rate. So okay, so actually, what it is the hit rate is actually if you're hit, you take the highest number rolled and then add a 4, and that's the damage you deal.
Oh.
So the 8 misses.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. And that would be yeah. So
Okay.
the 8 misses. I will say though, because I feel like the way I'm reading it is if you're putting a symbol on, I'm gonna say you can have that symbol on if it's one of those ones that stays on for a while. I'm going to allow that because I say, why not? We're learning this. It's easier to do it that way in my brain. And if I am wrong later, who cares? We'll do that for now. Whoever wants to go next.
I'm ready to do the follow up.
Do it. Especially with your dual shields.
Yes, Oi, like just from his back. I mean, because like beneath his overshirt, though completely imperceptible when he's walking around normally, he'll take out a gigantic shield, and then he's gonna.
You have a prop.
He's gonna dash forward with the shield like blocking, and it's like initially the ruse is that okay, this is a defensive maneuver until he reveals a second small shield and he's going to use his twin shield attack.
Matt,
If I know,
you are wonderful.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I have seen Matt in so many games and never fucking sleeps on a prop. I swear, you come
Never. I
prepared
know.
for every
And
character.
I'm
I
so
don't know
happy.
how, and it's just so good. Like,
Thank you.
So, because you're gonna
I'm so
attack
happy.
with those. I know it's in the book. Roll the
Yeah.
damage die associated with it.
It's double might for my twin shield.
Yes, it is. So roll both your might dies.
Okay, so
And let me know what you get.
11.
You hit. So what's the highest die you rolled?
The highest is a 6,
Okay.
and my damage would be highest +5 for physical, but
Yep.
I do want to replace that if I may.
Yes, you may, because we talked about this. Go ahead.
Yes. So I am also a weapon master, in which case, being so skilled in using double shields, I have the Bone Crusher move. In which case,
Yeah.
I imagine that I do my best imitation of those little toy monkeys, and I slam them together like cymbals. And in exchange for the damage, I'll inflict dazed on her.
I love that. That happens if now their insight is lower. That's always fun.
Let's go.
I will keep that in mind. So that is it. That is
Yep.
your turn. It
Yep.
is now her turn because it'll be alternating every two of you. So she takes those weapons I mentioned that are circular and just immediately, because there's two of them, she throws them out and is, I'm going to say, aiming wise, doesn't aim for Oi, aims for Rylan, and then aims for Riari. And we'll see how that goes, because knowing me, I'm awful at die rolling, so we'll find out what happens, guys. So give me 1 second. So actually, my question for Riari and, oh my god, my brain broke. I forgot who I
Rylan.
Oh yeah, Rylan and Riari, what are your defenses at? What's your number?
6.
6. And then Riari?
I did not calculate my defense. It is not there.
It's whatever your dexterity is, and then if whatever gear you add that can modify it.
Okay, 6, and then the modified tunic is dex die +1, so 7.
Oh, I forgot. I do have Dex
Dex
plus 1
and
for
insight
that,
die +1.
Cool. Okay, I hit an 11. I promise my
Okay.
goal is not to kill players because I'm not that mean.
I wouldn't be surprised if you did.
I know.
my
I'm gonna
dex
let
and
you know
inf-
now because I mentioned at the start before we went on, this was maybe a little bit harder hitting. Both of you take 19 damage,
Okay.
and it's because it's because her things, both of them hit 2 different targets, and they come back to her like a boomerang. Twing. And when she catches it, it's like a very nice spinning flourish again. And
I'm
next up-
I'm 1 away from crisis.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
have to do
gosh.
math.
noted.
Oh, you said 19, right?
Yep, 19.
Yeah. I'm 1 away from crisis.
That's okay. Danica or Riari, whoever wants to go next.
Let me see. You are dazed, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
Dazed and confused.
for dazed, let me. I was almost in crisis, so I can use life transference later. But instead of doing, I'm still gonna do cognitive focus, which you gain. I just have to see you. I don't have to roll anything, but I gain my skill level, which is 1 to checks performed while examining your focus or attacking them. I am going to do psychic backlash, I think.
Okay.
Oh wait, after an enemy succeeds on so I think this is a reaction. It's not my turn.
Yeah, this would be a reaction because I succeeded
So-
on something that hit you. So yeah.
So on an opposed check against you, or causes you to lose hit points, you lose the mind points equal to 5 plus the number of filled sections in your brainwave clock multiplied by 5. So this would be 1. So
Yep,
6
1, so
times 5, so 30.
I lose 30.
5 plus the number of brain sections in my brainwave clock, which is just 1
Yeah,
by
so-
using this one, multiplied by 5.
Dang.
okay.
Wait, hold on. No, wait, that's not right. Sorry, the brainwave I can do. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It's 1 times 5. This makes more sense. 1 times 5 plus 5. So actually, it's 10.
So 10.
This makes more sense. I
that's
was
still
not
low.
using. I wasn't using
You're good.
the mathematical.
What you do connects. You even feel her for a second, get a little off kilter, and just shakes her head off, and is just again, looks like she's back to normal, which then leaves our last one to go.
Is that a reaction or is it my turn?
Actually, you know what? I'll say that's a reaction. You can still go because that was not an action. So I'll say that's a reaction. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
And then let me. What did I
So I need
also
to-
assign? I'm so sorry. I chose like 10
You're good.
spells. This is so great for me.
Aren't spells the best? So much text.
I want to use. I think Umbra. I think would be fun here. which is Entropist. I should have had this pulled up. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
Entropist.
I'm helping out too. I'll get it up on my end.
Okay, so for Umbra, a storm of dark energy turns to ash. It's 10 times T. I don't know what T is. Each target hit by the spell suffers.
Oh, T is how many targets you hit.
Okay,
So
so
for
10
you, it would
times
just be
1
one. Yeah.
is what magic. Magic it uses up 10. What's HR?
HR is the highest die number that is rolled when you make a roll.
Okay, plus 15
Yeah,
dark
so-
damage.
Yeah.
And then each target hit by the spell suffers weak. So I would roll.
You will roll the spell attack, which is insight plus willpower. And for you, their magic defense is 9.
Oh, okay. We'll see if I actually insight plus willpower. So
I
that's
mean,
2d10.
I will always be on your side. Oh, sick.
Nice.
So that's gonna be 7 plus 9, so 16.
Oh yeah, you hit.
Dang.
So 7 plus 9, so that 9 plus what's the 9 plus again for high roll? It's the high roll plus for Umbra. Oh, 15. So 9 plus 24. Got it. Took a second. Math is always fun.
So how much? 24 points of
Yep, 24.
damage?
Snap.
Dark damage, and then you are also weak now.
I'm also weak. Yeah, I love that. Please. Yes. Oh, actually, that's pretty significant. That lowered that die. Awesome. That is your turn. She immediately feels that. Like, you hit that, and it's like, what does that look like when you step that spell off?
I think Umbra is just like, it's like that sword kind of like she does a little spin, but the sword drags
Yeah.
on the ground, and it creates like a, like almost like wave, like a light, but it's darkness, obviously, circle that shoots up, and then as the circle connects to make a full point, it shoots towards her, and like an arrow almost of dark energy straight to the heart, and then just kind of like
Ooh.
explodes like a sand almost against her.
And she immediately feels that, which now leaves our last person to go.
Cool. All right. So Danica just holds up her pistol, kind of looks a little hesitant. She doesn't want to shoot at someone that, I mean, I guess she's actually that they actually have been trying to hurt people. And so they hold up their gun, and is accuracy check, is that like part of my like shooting roll?
It's basically the die roll that's associated with the weapon that you picked.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. So it's like my dex
No, you're
is
good.
like +3, right? Like, is that
Yep.
taking 3 in it? Okay.
I think. Let me double check. Dex plus. Yeah, it's your Dex plus Insight. Yep.
Well, I fumbled.
So double ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a little
Oh.
hesitant. Whoops. I
Okay.
promise I'm usually good at this.
Find in the book where that page was, because I lost it.
Shit.
That's fine.
Why would you betray
Hey.
me like this?
Why
Why would you do that?
Oh no.
And now the
I haven't-
dice go to dice jail.
I haven't broken these dice out in so long, and now I'm like regretting that
Oh.
decision. Back in the box you go.
They just need to stretch a little bit.
I just need to stretch. Oh my god, I love that. That's amazing. I want my dice to do the same. I will say, because technically what happens was when you fumble, they take an opportunity on that to do something. And I need to look at this for a second. Because I don't know if I want it. This is the problem with me as a GM, is I don't like being mean as a GM. I'm always on the player's side, so I don't want to do bad things.
Oh wait, the thing that you
I'm
can
all-
do, you can't do on fumbles. Never mind. I was gonna be like, but I've got Fabula points, but I can't use it on fumbles.
Actually, oh yeah, you can't. So on fumbles, you can't. Yeah. They. You know what? This is the one that makes the most sense. They're gonna cause an affliction on you, and I'm gonna say, because the way you were saying you were hesitant, I'm gonna say you're shaken right now, because you're just
Okay.
kind of like, I don't want to attack someone who's not really. There's no reason to attack them. Like, why would I attack this person? They haven't done anything wrong. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say you have that for now, and what it means is the one that's associated with shaken, the attribute it's associated with, which I believe is your willpower. Depending on what size it is, like die size you have associated with it. So like if you have a D8, you have a shaken attached, it's now a D6 temporarily, just for the fight. If it's already a D6, can't go lower than that. It's just a D6.
Stellar.
That's okay. Again, as I mentioned, they attack twice in a turn. They immediately realize you're shaken, and probably in the moment of having Riari attack them with literal just darkness, they look at you, Danica. It's like, it's okay. Nothing bad is going to happen to you guys in this fight. Trust me. Just shake it off. Everything will be fine.
Shake it off.
Yeah, literally. I know, and I'm making bad puns without realizing it, and that's just how I am. They take a second to hold back, and they do not attack. They just hold a defensive position of guarding, and we will get to that if you guys hit. And now it's a new turn order, and it does not have to be the same order you all went in a second ago. It can completely change every turn order.
I don't know, Ryland's real excited to make some attacks. Everyone's okay with it. I will say though, because I forgot about my combat tunic, which is Dex +1 and Insight +1, that means my original roll was a 10.
Oh, right, it was a 10. Okay.
So
you know what?
each.
You know what? I will allow it if you want. Roll. What was the damage? What was the highest one you had? I think.
Oh,
it was like...
the attack for that just applies the symbol. It doesn't do damage.
Okay, then no matter
Yeah.
what, we're gonna say we'll retroactively say that is applied now. No matter what, you have my word.
Okay, and so each time they attack, they lost 5 hit points and 5 mind points.
Oh,
Dang.
You know what? Because they technically hit 2 people, I'm gonna make that 10, because that just seems fair to me.
Let's
So we'll go with
go.
I'm not gonna argue.
I'm not gonna argue. I think that's fun. But yeah.
I'm gonna use this turn to spend 10 mind points and do a dance, which is going to be let's see, they are dazed and weak right now?
They are currently dazed and weak.
Okay, so then I'm going to use the Kraken dance so that they immediately suffer slow.
I love that. Also Kraken, yes.
Yeah.
And that's it, that's my action.
Doesn't say to roll anything on that, correct?
Nope, doesn't require an action, but can be done before and after an action. Oh,
so yeah. So in other words, that's what I was trying to remember. So technically, that is a free of charge. You can do that before or after the action.
I done one of those last turn. Dang it.
So yeah, so if you want,
important.
you can attack and then apply that, and then go from there.
Okay.
And what it means is, the way I've read it is that affliction, I will say, based off the dance, it reads as it only lasts for that whole turn until it's your turn again. But I'm just gonna, we'll see what happens. I will go with also, if it's applied, I'm gonna say that's applied.
It just says instantaneous for that one.
Oh, okay. So in that case, they immediately, which one was it? Slow or weak? Shaken?
Kraken. If creature's already dazed, they immediately suffer slow.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna say that's obvious.
I took all the ones that apply these things.
That's
no,
so
I love
cool.
that for you. And you have an action that you can still do.
So
let's go.
As they're doing the dance, they are attacking with the shuriken, the cards.
Yeah.
So, that is. That's a 6, so I miss because I'm trying to dance and attack at the same time.
Which I love that though. You have them slow, dazed, and weak right now, by the way. So you did good. That's fine. Whoever wants to go next, it's your guys' turn order still, and then after whoever goes next, she will go next. I also have a fun thing in mind. That could work really well.
How are y'all feeling?
I'm a little ouchy, but I'm doing great.
So do we not use the same turn order?
It's nope. You can guys.
Okay.
So at every turn, you can change it up. So if, let's say for the sake of it, like Danica, you went last in the first one. If you wanted to go first on the second round, you could easily have just been the first person again to attack.
I think Danica will like shake off their nerves and then like try again.
Excellent.
If you give me 2 once again, I swear to God. They did not.
Oh.
So
So what's the number
9 and a
combined?
3, and then
You
um,
hit.
and then also +3 from my modifier. So yeah. And then
Okay.
the highest dice was 9, so that's that +8 for damage.
Dang.
Oh, so 18. Yay.
Okay.
What does it look like when you take that shot?
I think like Danica stops shaking quite as much, just kind of rolls their shoulders back and looks up, points directly at them, and just the gun is really pretty. It's a very elegant gun with diamond studded in it, and so they shoot, and it's silver bullets come streaming out, and yeah, get a good little hit in.
I love that.
Yeah.
As you do that, I'm gonna say because I just think it's fun cinematically. You take the shot, we have that perfect moment where it's like a slow-mo scene, almost out of like any action movie, and you just see the shot just follow that trail, just go, and just like nicks her right. This is already mean because in my head I'm like, no, not the ear. Nicks her a little bit in one of her ears, and it's just one of those you immediately see her wince, just like, oh, that really like immediate like, ow. She immediately spins around, trying to like, oh no, she's defending. Yeah, she spins around, takes a second to just position herself. She also now does a dance, kind of mimicking a little what Rylan does. What
Dance
she does
battle?
more with her, yeah, kind of. There's stuff for this. I love that. She performs one that if anyone attacks with any form of like earth-based damage, she has a complete resistance to it. So that means if you were to hit her with
Oh.
that, it's like half the damage you deal, basically. So she just takes this extremely, because I can't stop thinking of Avatar now that I just said it, thinks like a very earthbender-like approach to movement all of a sudden, and it's just perfectly posing like that. At the same time, she also once again throws those wonderful circular chakrams, as they are called, out and tries to aim for Danica and Oi this time. And also
Okay.
because you guys, her die went down a lot. So I don't
Damn.
know. And I love that for you because I want you guys to do well. No, I guarantee I did not hit. I got a 7.
Oh.
So did it, if I'm going to say ruling wise, if it hits your defense, I'm going to say that you're fine because I just think that makes sense. I might be wrong, but is it higher or lower than your defense for the two of you?
I've got 8.
Oh, you're good. So
For my
Danica,
regular defense or
Your-
magical?
regular defense, regular
Okay,
defense.
11.
Oh, you both are fine. You both see this come at you
Yeah.
and immediately move the fuck out of the way. And you can probably tell maybe it's because you guys have inflicted slow, dazed, and weak. She's now completely not, her footing is not great. Like she's, I don't want to call it like drunkenly swaying, but it's kind of like that.
Hmm.
And whoever wants to go next.
Can I boost you, Riari?
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, Oi is like as he's like blocking and avoiding these attacks, he might notice that as far as the swings that this captain has been unleashing, that it's affected Riari the most, and so he's gonna maneuver into a position and say, "Don't worry about the defense. Focus on those sick hits." And I'm using encourage, and I'll spend 5 mind points. So you're going to recover 10 hit points, and you can choose dexterity, insight, might, or willpower, and you'll treat the chosen attribute as being 1 die size higher until the start of my next turn.
Okay, dexterity, might, insight, or will, or any of them?
Yes, you get
Okay.
to choose one of them,
Oh, I
and
love
it'll be
that.
1 die higher.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That is your turn. Riari.
Okay. So let us, I might do life transference to get up again too, but that's a reaction if I do damage. So I think I will do, I think it's a little silly goofy if I Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that yet.
I believe in
Okay.
you. Do the thing you feel is right.
Okay. I don't want to do gamble just yet. I don't want to spend that much mind points in the first fight. So
That's fair.
I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do Umbra again. So it's another
Okay.
magic attack, offensive attack. So it's 2d10.
Oh, damn.
Is that with the higher die?
I don't think you can go higher than a d10.
Yeah,
Can
you
you?
can. You can go to a D12.
What was her thing again? Her
Oh, for me?
was it 14?
Her defense. Oh, her defense is 10. Her magic defense is 9.
Okay. I wouldn't need a higher roll on that one, so I will use that one for. I think I don't know if any of my other.
I would say do it though, because depending on how high like one of them gets,
Oh,
especially if
that's
it's a
true.
D12, that's a lot
Okay.
of damage you can put out.
Let me just roll a
Yeah.
d12 then.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. It's another 8, so that was an 8 and an 8, so.
Yeah, you definitely
16.
hit, and then 16.
Nice.
Yep. And then what would that damage be that you're putting out for Umbra
That
again?
is switching between
Because
two
of
different
math.
things. Higher roll, which is 8 plus 15.
Yeah.
So
Did I hear
23.
8 and an 8? Is that a
Mhm.
crit?
Oh yeah, that is a crit actually. So also, thank you for that. No matter
Oh.
what, that's an automatic success. Thank you, Matt. Brain is doing too much at once.
No.
So you get that damage automatically, like that's a hit, that happens. The other thing you get to do is if you look at that Google Doc I gave you, pick an
Yeah.
opportunity. Because whenever you roll a crit, you get to pick one opportunity you want to make happen immediately.
Where are the opportunities?
It is on that Google Doc I gave. So you could either do, I can read them out too.
Oh, I
You can
see. I
have an
see.
advantage right next, any one of those you can pick and just immediately have happen. I will add, because I want to make sure this is known, because I kind of love this feature about the game because it screws the GM over a little bit. You can literally make a plot twist happen where something happens on the scene and I can't say no to that. It just happens. I'm just going to say though, don't be too ridiculous with it, but you can use that if you so choose.
Okay. I know. I was eyeing that one. I was like, oh, that seems a little silly goofy.
I mean, silly goofy's always appreciated.
I should have read these beforehand.
No, you're good. The thing, it's learning a new system is always also on the spot. It's a lot, so don't worry about it. All good.
What is she fighting with again?
She's fighting with 2 circular blades that are called chakrams, and they can literally, as you've seen, you can throw them out and they come back like a boomerang after they hit something.
Okay. Is this Yuffie?
No, not Yuffie.
No.
Okay.
Kind of Yuffie. Kind of Yuffie, but it's not
Final
Yuffie,
Fantasy
actually.
14 dancer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually one of the classes in that. I love Yuffie though, because 7 is one of my fucking favorites.
Want to do plot twist, and I want one of them. I don't know if you'd let me do both of them break, and can no longer be used.
Both of them. You know what? I'm gonna say both of them can be allowed. I think that's fun.
They break and can't be
used. How do they break?
So
Actually, I have a fun way. Yeah,
oh, no. What was yours?
No, I think yours is. I feel like we're on the same page because I was gonna say Umbra probably breaks them.
Yeah, Umbra's gonna like circle around them like a whip. Like it's gonna, because I feel like it's like just very stringy darkness, and just kind of like extends outward, and then just like it was blasting her like a sand almost before, instead it forms like a rope like entwinement of like web almost again and again and again around each of the chakras. Until it just like
circular blades, fine.
Until she just lightly taps the ground once the circle is completed again, and they just like and just snap it.
I love that, and yes, that 100% happens. All the other 3, you all see that. They immediately. I'm gonna say that you do that when they're in mid-air coming back to her. They just grab them and they just completely shatter, like completely. And she just kind of looks at you, is still a little bit swaying back and forth, and it looks like she's about to try and move forward, and then she takes a step forward and kind of just completely buckles, putting her hand down to the ground. And Alice just looks at the four of you like, I think that's enough. If you're in agreement with me, the four of you, I think that's very well pronounced display of combat abilities. And I'm taking us out of combat because you literally destroyed her weapons, and I didn't think about that, and I love that for you.
Yay! I think Riari is just like jumping in a circle, just like, yay, we did it!
Alice in the middle of this just kind of looks at the four of you, like doesn't slam it, raises the rapier / looking staff now. All of your hit points are healed back up.
Let's go.
And my points. Everything's back at max.
Sick.
It's like, that was exactly what I needed to make sure of. Thank you. Looks at Mission. I'll buy you new ones. I'm sorry. And she just kind of doesn't look disappointed at the four of you. She stands up, looks very much at Riari, and then the rest of you just get a smile like, no, that was actually a lot of fun. Thanks for that. I'll figure out how to replace those at some point. And then Alice looking at you all, it's like, if you just follow me, I'll take you to who you're gonna be working for or helping out. I apologize, it's a lot of stairs. And she literally starts walking down and does not teleport you off the platform. She just starts walking down the steps.
All right.
Mission just look at you like, leg day, woo, and starts walking after her.
Sore loser.
She hears you say that and just gives you a smile. It's like, genuinely, that was a very smart tactic. Good job. And just starts walking down. As you realize her ear is still a little nicked from Danica's shot.
Yeah, Danica.
I mean, they told me to.
I mean, they did say hit them with your best, that hard as you could.
Hit me with your best shot.
Oh God, don't DMCA Twitch.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. We didn't say anything. I loved that, actually. That was great. When the four of you eventually get down from that tower, you're back on ground level. Again, bluegrass, because I remember one of you mentioning that, and I think that's a great visual because you just never see literal bluegrass. You are literally right at the base of, as I mentioned, there are literal pens, and I'm just going to say the right name. There are literal pens for the giant, yellow, fluffy, adorable birds that are 100% chocobos, because no matter what, if I can put them in any fantasy game, it's going to happen. She escorts you to one of the pens, and when she does, you see that someone is just casually kind of leaning over, just petting one of them. You hear the most adorable like bird cooing of just like quack, as it just gets perfectly pet on the head, has its eyes closed, enjoying every minute of it. And the person you see in front of you, which I do have another picture for, very olive skin, very brown hair, very long, drapes past their shoulders. Their outfit is very, very forest based. It is like a corset that has leaves on the top and the bottom wrapped around it. The corset has leaves literally built into it. So basically it's earth tone, the entire thing. So it's like green and brown coloring. She has very sort of sheer lace on her arms that is not attached on her shoulders. It stops right about here, goes down to the elbows, stops right around the wrist. With the corset, it has a sort of flowing, sort of sheer cape of sorts that falls underneath, very pointed ears, and when she eventually turns around, hearing people are walking up, when you see her face, the thing that stands out the most outside of the outfit is her eyes, because her eyes are a golden hue staring back at you. It's like, my dear, these are the ones who will be escorting you to your homeland. It's like, oh, hi, I'm Tara, 2 R's. She says in the most awkward way possible. You see she has a backpack of sorts that is holding what looks like some item or other, but you don't see the item. It's like, they'll be escorting you back to your home. If you have any questions, by all means, let me know, the 4 of you. I'm ready to help answer whatever you need. But as I mentioned, you'll be working for them, and just make sure they get safely to where they need to go.
You're not going to try to fight us too, are you?
She gives you a very quizzical look of like, wait, oh, right, I asked for that. Crap. I didn't literally okay, I didn't know they were literally going to fight you, but that's good to know you have combat prowess. And she gives the most awkward thumbs up of yay.
You asked for that?
I don't remember, and I figure the best thing to show you is why you're escorting me. And she takes the backpack off. As she does this again, she notices Aurora on the ground. Maybe tries to pet Aurora. Again, not corporeal at all. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked first. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe if you ask her permission, she'll do it. She's finicky even with me. She has her moods.
As they're taking their backpack off, for any of you that are sitting right next to the pen, 2 or 3 of those birds just walk up, just start to try and rub their heads against yours, basically. Just try and be like, pay attention to me, notice me, give me pets. And also because I want to make it fun, not all of them are yellow. Some of them are like ocean blue. Some of them are, for some reason, have a deep purple. One is bright pink. It can just happen, guys. It's the wonderful thing. She puts her bag down, opens the flap up, and what she pulls out is this gorgeous, small crystal that is bigger than your hand, almost bigger than her head. And she's like, I just need to make sure this gets to where it needs to go safely. And if you're able to help me do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll make sure you are paid as very well to do so. I'll make sure my employer to make sure that you get paid very, very well for it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so we get to ride one of these?
Rylan is distracted, petting a red chocobo.
Yep, 100%. Alice looks at you like, yeah, if you guys want, we can easily rent them out for you. Don't worry about anything fee-wise. Just make sure you feed them. They're adorable.
What
She goes
eat?
and pets one who... any form of nice vegetable or greens.
Done.
Yep. You see someone just handing like a bunch of greens to one off in the distance, and it's just, again, the most adorable noises you've ever heard in your life.
Oh.
I'm gonna mimic the noises.
Yeah, just all the...
Echolalia right back at him. I'm speaking. We're
Yes, you do,
communing.
and they do it right back to you. And as you do that, and as you finally have your employer with you, I think this is a perfect point to take a 10-minute break. If our lovely, wonderful God that is Blair is there, this is a perfect moment to take a 10-minute
Diet Coke
break.
God, take us out.
God is here. Hey, we'll be back in 10. Welcome
you,
back,
God.
everyone. Thank you, God. That won't make sense to anyone who's watching stream, but thank you, God. We are back. As mentioned, you've now, or where we left off is a better way to put it, you have met basically the person who is looking to hire an escort. Their name is Terra, and I will spell it out just to make it easier. Terra. Again, that outfit, just to say it again, very green and brown tones, very earthy. I guess the best way to describe it too is very druid is probably the best way to put it, because there's just leaves, plants, vines are all over that outfit. And this is where you're still in the city, and I get to ask, is there anything you'd like to do before you head out and make your journey towards the Faelands? You now, because this was asked, can you use chocobos? Yes, your GM wants you to use chocobos, because why would you not use chocobos? They're adorable. And also, I will let you decide what color the chocobo's feathers are for each of you, because I think that's fun. But if there's anything else you want to do in the city before you head out, let me know.
I want a purple chocobo.
You have a purple chocobo.
Yes.
I
Nice.
also. No, I'll do blue, like light blue that matches the hair. So that a pastel
It
blue
is
matches pastel hair.
100% a light blue chocobo.
Mine is a crimson one, the same one that I've been petting this entire time since we got here.
Aww.
It is exactly that, Crimson.
And Ois is green, so he mostly blends in.
As does, funny enough, Tara. Hers is also that deep forest green. So it's like a darker shade of the one you picked, Oi. Just a little bit darker.
Ah. Nice.
And is there anything you want to do in the city before you head out? Nope. Yeah, let's get on with it. Works for me. All of you have an adorable, fluffy bird, basically. It immediately, again, that same noise I've already done twice now, just that quack as you mount the bird and then head towards the front entrance. When you do leave, you should probably take a second to look back. Whether you're from here or this, actually, this is a good question. Is this anyone's first time properly leaving the city? No, for Riari, because I know you said Faye. For Oi, good question mark. Fair point. For Rylan and Danica, though, is this your first time leaving the city, or more of you've done this before?
I'm
No,
definitely not from this city.
Yes, we've talked about that. Forgot about that. So yes, point taken. So Danica then.
Danica hasn't spent a whole lot of time in civilization in general, so definitely not their first time
Okay.
out of the city.
In that case, all of you head towards basically the one way in, one way out. Literally. You head out to the front gates. You take maybe a second to look back. Just take that ginormous blue crystalline structure into focus, and also ensure that the person you're escorting is also with you. Who they are, maybe you, the four of you, are leading the charge, as it were. They're kind of in the back, or if you're doing it more like it's like a perfect line of 5, she's in the middle. Depends on how you guys decide to do formation, is really it. When you eventually head out, and I remembered all of this when we had our session 0, because I wanted to pointedly make sure this was all described once you left the city. Once you leave the city, it's just nothing but beautiful scenery everywhere you look. Vibrant blue foliage, gorgeous vistas. You see guard towers here and there. They're not close together, but you can tell that they're far enough that it's like, okay, the city is making sure people are safe up to a certain point, basically. Any water you go by, because I loved this detail that one of you came up with, beautiful, sparkly green water that if you drink from it, I remembered this because I loved this, that melon Japanese flavor. Because that's just cool, and why wouldn't you want that? That's delicious. The fun thing I'm going to add that someone put is obviously for aquatic life, if you look in the water, there is exactly as it was described. You see sea dragons, koi fish, lionfish. The detail I want to add, because I feel like this is a fantasy game, why not? They don't just stay in the water. They can kind of go out like a frog and just float around above the water as if they're still swimming and then dive back in. And you would know, having been to and from, they do not attack people. They are very docile. So if one of them even swims up to you as you're riding by, it's just a casual, just literally like a seagull following a ship. Just that perfect thing, except it's swimming right alongside you, and then goes back into the water. The way we will do this is, I want to leave this up to you guys. If you want to have conversation as you are on the road, by all means. I also have it where we will be doing, each of you will be giving me a D10 roll when I tell you what day we're on, and that will determine what happens on your journey as you get there. However, if there's any sort of conversations you want to have along the way, I will shut up and let that happen too. But for now, all of you just literally, you're outside the front gate and you're back out basically in the wild, taking in that gorgeous view as always.
Nice.
Rylan is gonna turn to Danica and be like, "So, have you remembered how old you are yet?"
Well, I want to say 32, but I may miss a year or two. How old are you?
34.
Oh, I don't think you look 34.
It's the bunny.
Do you hear especially well?
I just pulled it. It's the Asian because I didn't actually set an age, so I just went with my own.
I love that.
I also did not set an age. That's why she couldn't remember. So I feel you. Can you like hear especially well with those? They're very impressive.
I mean, I don't really have a way to compare.
That's very fair. I always kind of wonder if like I can taste and smell things less than others. Because Jim. And how do you have taste buds whenever you're made of this? You know?
So you don't know if you taste?
Oh, I can
but-
taste,
Okay.
but I just wonder if other people taste more.
I mean, that's a valid question. I often wonder if the colors that I'm seeing are the same as the colors everybody else are seeing. Not like in a colorblind way, but like, is my blue the same as your blue?
Oh,
There's no way of knowing.
yeah, no, you can't really describe that, can you? I never thought about that.
As you say that too, because again, you've mentioned you're kind of basically Emma Frost, crystal, like literally gemstones everywhere. The light hits you and just makes you shine a little brighter here and there.
Isn't that just neat? You would think I'd get bored of it.
That's real sparkly. Don't take any stealth missions.
No, I'm not very good at that. You're right.
No.
I move very quickly, but not quietly.
Unless you were in an area that was really sparkly, then you could probably blend in.
But you know what's really cool? Like you know how whenever the sunlight hits something like especially bright and it like you kind of have to take a step. I can do that to people sometimes. If it lines up just right.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, can you reflect magic with like your body, like a mirror reflects?
I've never tried. We should try it. You seem pretty good at magic. You and
Oh,
Riari here.
I don't have any. Riari might. I just dance and it confuses people.
Oh. So what was that not magic that you put on the card?
Oh yeah, I mean like, yeah, but I would still be hitting you with the card.
Oh. I don't know if I could deflect that or
So-
not. I could try.
I mean, I suppose, but we don't have the free heal, so like maybe after the mission's done.
Yes. Yeah, we would. I wouldn't want to be unable to protect.
But if it comes up in combat, we can find out then.
Maybe could do like a little bouncy bounce.
I did see this shield once that was like a mirror that like reflected things back.
Speaking of shields, oi, that was neat.
Huh? Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
I was gonna ask where those came from. Do you remember that?
When I woke up, the first waking up that I remember, I just remember someone calling out to me, and I was a little bit of a daze, and then they started throwing stuff at me, and so I grabbed what I could, and whatever could withstand, and I picked these two things up. So
Started throwing things at you immediately.
yes. At least they knew my name, but they told me to get out.
The name they knew was Oi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything like sewn into your clothes or anything that might have
Anything written on your undergarment?
Uh,
An ID card.
Yeah.
he'll-
I
library
don't
card.
want to be the one to break this news to you, but
A
like
social security
typically
number.
Oi is something you call out to somebody whose name you don't know when you want their attention. It's kind of rude a little bit.
Oh.
Unless it actually is your name.
Which would be a wild coincidence.
But how do
don't
we
know.
know?
I don't know. Hey, look, this does remind me of something, a concept I remember.
You
For
remember
some
the
reason-
concept?
I don't remember me, but I remember some concepts. Like,
Memory's
Um,
wild.
yeah, there was a famous person who was talking about a cat that knew boxing, and it's like this cat that knows boxing, if they're inside of a box, you don't know if the cat's there or not until you check the box. And so I don't know if I'm Oi or not until I open the box
What box?
There's Oi.
of
There is-
me.
We have
My
to open
box.
you?
My box.
What's your box?
Tara, by the way, is watching and listening to this, fascinated.
Where's your box?
I don't know. I'm looking for it.
Is it a physical box?
It could be.
I could build you a box.
Is this
then
a
we can check-
euphemism?
I don't know. Look, I'm just saying there could be a box somewhere out there that has the things you mentioned, like ID cards and stuff.
You've checked in your hat.
Do you think someone stole your identity? That's not a joke.
You know you can also
Possibly.
just like decide you want a name and that can be your name. Like, you know.
Okay.
So like if you hear a name and you or just a word like
Oi.
data or havoc or
Havoc.
no
Havoc.
specific reason or moss, you know, if you see like a random word and you think, dang, that would be a great name, you
Okay.
can just make that your name.
But that's
Okay.
what he did with Oi.
Yeah,
is a
no,
word.
I'm just, and it can be Oi.
But I really want to know what's in that box now.
So do I.
Did you like
I-
get hit in the head? Did you forget?
Tara strides up next to you, Riari, and says, "Wait, I thought their name was you."
It is you. It is you.
So you have the box.
I have the box?
Wait, I do?
What? You said you said you know my name?
Oh no, I heard. And then she goes quiet and just immediately lets the bird go back in line.
Riari looks back at Tara. Is like, it's you. It's you. His name is you.
I believe you. Okay, I believe you.
But did you get hit in the head? Because maybe if we hit you in the head again, like,
I mean,
I'm sure that there'll be plenty of time for Oi to get
You
hit
can
in
find
the
that
head
out
in
during
combat.
combat.
Yeah.
true.
okay, so I should
True.
hit you in the head next time.
We'll put a rain check on it.
Okay. we'll put that down on the list of things to open the box. Question mark
Absolutely.
box is where first should be find said box, and then if the box is not your
Yes.
head, then we can.
Absolutely.
During all this, the transition from that was so good. During all this, you're all just continually following the path in front of you. I'm gonna say, Riari, you are Fae, correct? Would you then say you are the leader, leading everyone towards where you need to go, basically?
Do you guys trust me to be the leader?
Oh.
I mean,
do.
Chrissy does.
I trust that you are from the Faelands.
Yeah.
Do
You're
I
gonna-
trust you to be able to find your own way home?
That's
Moss-
exactly what I'm
Moss
asking.
says as 2 days ago or like 3 days ago, whatever, I just fucked over the entire party.
Oh snap!
Because Hoop told me to. Hoop told me to, and he gave me a good bargain.
A bargain.
He said you can
A
clear all
plus
your
Hoop.
conditions, but like fuck everybody else over. And I said okay.
Oh my goodness.
That's a person that was real thirsty for all those conditions.
Oh, yeah, fuck. All right, well, I'll get him back.
Yeah.
I'll say it this. I think because you are from there, whoever decides to lead the charge, you would be pointing out like, no, make sure to take this road, that road, basically. More that than anything else. With that, whoever wants to be the first one to do this, I'm going to say your first day, someone roll a d10 for me. And for once, you actually want a low number.
Well, I've been rolling
So
high,
whoever-
so we definitely don't want it to be me this time, ironically.
I'll lead.
Okay, I was gonna say I have a DT in my hand, but like I'm afraid to roll it. I fumbled once tonight.
No, it's
Fair.
funny enough. You getting a 1 would actually be amazing on this roll,
I
and not
know,
in a
but
bad way.
My dice is like tonight, so
It's all good. Okay, I'll have Matt roll. What'd you get?
I've got a 6.
Okay, you're on the way. We're going down the path. You're actually making good progress. You know it's a 4-day trip, no matter what. Even if you were to run through this, like dash on the bird, it's still a 4-day trip. You have a unfortunate incident on the first day where you're riding along one of the streams nearby. One of like the koi fish that is much bigger than they would be in real life because this is fantasy. They'd probably be almost 2 to 3 sizes, through 2 to 3 times the size of what they normally are. Just swims up. Tara's not noticing that, and the fish automatically gets in front of her bird. The bird freaks out for a second, and she gets thrown off the bird really hard. And you need to, and she immediately is like, oh fuck, the bag. Checks the bag, thing inside is fine. She though is more like, we need to take a moment to let me just recover from that because that actually really hurt. So you end up spending a few hours not making progress. You have a few hours where you just need to stop for a bit to make sure that she's fine. And the fish just swims by like nothing happened. Just goes back in the water. Bloop.
Goodness.
Little bitch fish. Little bitch ass fish. Say it to my face.
You know what? You know what? Someone walks by on the opposite end and just goes like, yeah, those little bitch ass fish. Exactly.
Right. You get me. You get me.
Question.
Yeah, they're pain in the ass. Yes.
If I use symbolism to make her immune to weak, would she feel better?
You know what? I'll say why not. We can do that. I'm gonna say no die rules needed on that. If you decide to do that, I'll let you can. Yeah, if you want to do that, by all means. Okay.
So
What's the symbol look like when you have that pop up?
is this a random like sigil thing that I move my hand?
It's whatever you want it
over?
to be. That's how I look
Yeah,
at it.
yeah. So like, what would flux look like? It's a weird abstract clockish shape.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is this your design?
Immediately.
Sure.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I was a Hannibal reference to the clock that Will draws, and it's,
Well, I was
and
just
it's a
thinking
shitty clock.
flux is
Oh
like
my god, I forgot
I was thinking about like time being in flux, so that's why I went with
Oh,
clock.
okay.
But I'm
Oh, that
also,
makes
it's
sense.
something that
They're
they're just like finger drawing over their forehead, over
Okay,
Tara's forehead.
And they see you do that, and they see a clock like literally appear in front of them too. Because in my eyes, that's exactly how it works. Is
the
you
clock
paint
backwards.
the imagery, or yeah, it's backwards. And they immediately, they're still like they need a few minutes, but they feel a lot better. It's like, oh, thank you. I didn't think some. Okay, actually, I didn't know that was a thing. That thank you. They're very flustered and don't know how to thank you on that at all.
I can do a second one, so I'm gonna do a second one and give it to the chocobo so it's not shaken.
Oh.
The bird immediately starts. This is really funny because they actually can do this in the games. You see the bird literally shaking and just kind of like cowering very low to the ground, just kind of like, I'm not going to do the bird noise anymore, but doing that noise in a very like sad, like like that. And then when you do that, it immediately just calms down, looks at you, starts nudging its head your way, to kind of say like, thank you. For day 2, someone roll a d10. Nope, Chrissy's got it, I think. 5. Oh, you're good. Pretty easygoing day. You have a point where you're riding along, and then it's around like hitting evening hours. You hit a perfect moment to take a spot to rest, where you see a guard tower off in the distance that's getting closer and closer, and it bears like the flags of the city itself. So their reach is far out, more than people realize. But you hit a guard post where if you want to take a break, you can rest there for the night, most likely. And I would say the person you're escorting looks at you like, can we please take maybe a moment to just stop and get something to nibble on? Like, I don't know what they have there, but I'd like to eat something.
Oh, I have baked goods in my pockets, so.
Yes, you do! And you know what? She looks at that like, wait, did that come from the cafe?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we don't have that where I'm from. Can I have one?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes!
I hand out, there's enough baked goods for like everybody have 2.
Oh.
And I think we
Yeah.
should still go into town and eat something that's like stewish.
Yeah.
Possible.
But now we have
When
bread.
Oh, bread is always good. When you get there, they have literal pen areas where you can put the chocobos and let them rest for the night. So it's just like this perfect color lineup of, as you all mentioned, and I wrote it down: purple, light blue, crimson, and then 2 shades of green, just all in a little pen together.
Rylan does not want to leave this chocobo.
Yeah. The person who's probably the handler or watches over them is like, I promise they'll be fine. I take care of these birds all day, every day.
I know, I'm just gonna miss the cuddles.
Oh, me too. I get it. They're very hard to leave by themselves. I love them. They're so adorable. The area you are in is like a watchtower. This is going to sound really funny. Think of it like, this is the stupidest description, but it's my brain and I'm going with it. Think of it like a top hat, in terms of like it has brick laid stonework all around it, and then the middle center is you could take a set of stairs and go all the way up top and look around and see everything 360 in the area. And in terms of the area, as mentioned, because I will never forget that, still that blue foliage, even the leaves are different dark and light shades of blue. You see that there is a lake or water area nearby that's massive, like almost like a huge basin. It's probably the best way to put it. And then in terms of the place that you're at, everything's built around that weird middle structure. So you have market stalls where there is food. You have an area where someone's like, if you want to rest for the night, we have an area closed off where you can get peace and quiet. And there's guards stationed everywhere because it's a guard tower. So yeah. And Tara does not stop to ask. She kind of just gets off the bird, as mentioned, as all of you do, and just immediately tries to find food. That's not just the baked good, but she looks at you like, thank you for the baked good. That was delicious. I wish we had that, but where I'm from. And then starts walking off trying to find some form of regular meal.
Mm.
I thought I was muted, and I went to go on mute. Anyway, I would also like stew. I mean, I'm not particularly hungry. The baked goods were delicious. Thank you so much. But might be good to like get some sustenance.
Yeah, something with like meat and vegetables.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm a rabbit. Do I eat meat? This is an out
Oh
of
no,
character question.
second existential crisis of the evening. Where's the box and what do I eat?
What if it's in the box?
Oh no, is your food in the box too? Shit. We gotta find this box.
Do I see the same colors as other people? Do I taste the same things? Very big questions.
Mm-hmm.
What part of
When-
this experience is shared?
When you all head off to try and find food, you find a stall that it's just the smell coming out of it. It's like, okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. It is very much because you all kept saying stew, so I'm not going to not say stew. Whatever delicious stew comes to mind, 100% is that. It is the most delicious smell, the most wonderful thing where you're like, yep, that. And before you even get to the counter, you realize Tara's already there and she already has found a table and she already has 4 different plates down with bowls of stew for the 4 of you. Least I could do for you escorting me. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. What kind of what's in this?
That's you know what? I'm gonna say this is more fun. What is in it? You can all add an ingredient.
Potato.
Potatoes in it, 100%.
Pearl onions.
Yeah.
Onions, yep.
Coconut milk.
Oh, I love that. Hell yeah.
I'm very specifically, this thing I smelled immediately was kariga, Vietnamese curry.
Oh my
Ooh.
god, yes. So good.
Would it be weird to have sea dragon meat?
No, I would say
No.
that's normal.
Okay.
100% has that.
Okay.
And she kind of walks away from the table saying, I didn't get mine yet, so I'll be right back. But she has like a full on, everything's been laid out for you guys to eat.
Oh wow.
This is incredible.
Uh-huh.
And then she comes back with another bowl that's the exact same as all of yours, and just she sits immediately, and then is looking at the 4 of you because I don't think anyone has sat yet. It's like,
Oh,
I promise it's safe. You can eat it.
we all just like stand there like, oh yeah, food. You promise it's okay to eat?
Yeah, I want to make sure you're hale and hearty. Why would it not be? She's not giving that really awkward look of like, did I do something wrong?
Apparently, you shouldn't make promises unless it's like requested.
Oh, is this
Kind
something one
of.
of them did in the city? The
Yeah.
one with the other one with the ears? Yeah, her wording was not clearly she doesn't like talking with people that much or is not good at it.
I can relate to that.
Typically, if you make a promise unbidden, it just looks like real suspicious. Like somebody being like, I promise there's no poison in this food. Would feel really
Oh, I
suspicious.
didn't-
Or like if you winked a
makes
bunch of
sense.
times when you're like, there's nothing wrong with this food, and then we would ask you, is something wrong with your eye? And you'd be like, no. eat
No,
the
I just have
food."
my eye's fine. It just itches.
Exactly. You got it. So I trust the food.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
good.
when Rylan mentions says the word poison, Danica's like halfway through like sipping the stew and then like looks up and looks back. That's a thing people do?
Oh.
I mean, typically not to like a communal bowl at a guard post, but like, sometimes, probably. If there's a reason they want you dead, probably. I think it's something that more happens to like really shitty husbands.
Oh. Well, it seems like they would deserve it.
Usually.
Okay. So, but this
In
is
the middle.
safe.
Tara looks at you like, stops herself halfway. It's like, I was almost gonna say it. It is safe. you have my word. And she takes a giant sip, to prove it too.
But that's out of your bowl.
But it's this. Oh no!
And you
gotten
had
it
hours
later.
sitting out. You had so much
She has
time.
her hands in her head, it's the same stuff I got for all of you. I promise. And someone walks by. One of the guards walks by and is like, "Trust me, it's fine. We all had the same meal tonight. You're all good." And then
Rylan
walks
takes
away.
like one of the pieces of bread that's left. It's just like
Yeah.
dips it directly and soaks up some of the broth, and it's probably fine. If not, one of us can heal, probably. Anybody have an antidote spell?
I actually don't.
I think it's in the
anyone did
box
that.
too.
We can find this box.
Everything lost in this episode that we don't
Yeah.
have, it's in the box. If we
I
find
wonder
it,
if
we
my
win.
homeland's in that box.
Yeah.
As you say that, she takes her backpack.
Tanika's age is in it.
and- Yeah, it has all the answers we need. We just don't
Yo.
realize it.
How to win TTRPGs, find the box.
God, except now all I can think about is, and this is not at all in the same tone or all, but now all I can think about is Seven just shouting, "What's in the box? What's in the box? What's
Apparently
in the
everything."
box?" Everything's in the box. Everything.
Yeah.
In the middle of everyone possibly eating, I now leave that as a giant question mark. She's taken her backpack and has kind of opened it up just to inspect that item because again, she did fall off the bird and is now just taking it out. To describe it more in full, it doesn't look like the tower. It's more like an actual it's a crystal, but it's like a cylinder. It's like 6-sided. Then it has two pointy ends on top and the bottom. And what's fascinating about it is it's not the same color. It changes color every few seconds, depending on what light source is hitting it.
Wow.
And then she's just like, "Okay, it's safe, thank God," and then puts it back in the bag. A couple guards stop to look at it, just like, "Wow, okay, I've never seen that before." And then they immediately are like, "Oh yeah, we're on duty. Keep inspecting," and start walking away.
This may be rude to ask, but considering that you keep pulling it out in front of everyone, I don't think that you're too secretive about it. What is that, and what does it do?
Well, I did fall off the bird, and I needed to make sure it was safe because I thought I checked it yesterday and it looked fine, but I also just wanted to make sure it was okay. But also, fair point, I didn't really explain it. It's just kind of we presented how to explain this, and just wonderful awkward conversation with someone because they're just completely flustered, not sure how to talk about it. We presented the city with a sort of gift of unity because they've helped us out in the past, and we just want to continue that relationship, I guess is the best way to put it. So we gave them a gift. It was not this. Ours was more circular, but also had a lot of floral arrangements around it. It was really pretty. This though, I'm not sure entirely what thing this might do. It just seems like a nice display piece more than anything. It's real pretty. I mean, I've never seen one change colors like that though.
If you don't know what it does, that seems a little dangerous to take to your home. What if it's
True,
something
but
malicious?
That is fair, but I think I trust Alice to not do that. They've been nothing but hospitable for me, and I'm hoping it's nothing bad, but that is a very fair point.
Did I
What if
hear
it's the
them call
box?
you dear?
Yeah, I've known Alice for a while. They helped me out a couple of years ago with a problem that we needed solved back in the Fae area. So they're a very dear friend.
Oh, that's just a very intimate thing to call somebody.
When you say that, their face flushes and they start eating the stew.
Were you roommates?
No, they're just a very good friend.
The best of friends.
So good. Roommates.
She just gives you that quizzical look like, yes? Question mark?
So, Nate, sorry, what again does this look like? Like the shape of it? Is it a dragon egg?
It's not a dragon egg. It's more, I'll try to find a picture of this.
I don't know. For some reason, all of a sudden, I just got big Dragon Prince season 1 vibes.
I know, I figured.
And I was like,
That would be
where's the
great.
boy?
which I still need to finish watching that show. I'm very behind.
I'm
just
it's
staring
more-
at Final Fantasy
Is
14
it shaped
spoilers.
like bears is vegan?
It's more like, actually, this is probably as close as I can get because I can't find anything that's close enough. So I will try to explain this. Also, I love what's in the box, everyone. Good job. It's like a
Oh.
foot tall, and it has 6 different sides on it. And in the middle area of it is just every now and then it's changing color depending on what light's hitting it.
Cool.
But also, I love that I didn't think about that as the GM ahead of time. It's like, oh wow, I really did have Dragon Prince on my mind a little bit about escorting something. I did not think about that, but I love that. It's like, it just seems really cool. Maybe there's more to it that I don't know about, but who knows? Also, I promise we're just friends, and this time I'm using promise to literally mean I promise me and Alice are just friends, and starts eating their food.
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot of friends, but the ones I had never called me dear.
Her face
No.
flushes again.
Now I kind of wish they would. That's so sweet. That's so darling.
I've definitely been called darling before.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah. It's the ears.
Rylan just wants to be taken seriously. This is the only one.
Does Riari actually do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, it's the ears.
You know what? Someone walks by who also has hair like ears on their head, and you're like, you know what? That actually is accurate. And then
She
starts
would look at.
walking away.
She would turn to them and be like, right back at
You
them.
know what? They're able to actually wiggle their ears in doing that. And then they
I'm
walk
learning
away.
a new language.
Aw.
Rylands are just a little bit drooped.
Yeah, and then I was gonna say then another one walks by where it's full on drooped halfway, so like half the ear is not even up, it's just down. Question: do you all stay the night at this outpost?
Are there comfy beds?
Did we
I
have a
think we-
time frame?
You have-
Shifts?
So it says it's a 4-day journey. There was no given time frame.
Okay.
As long
then,
as they get there, that's all
okay,
that matters.
I think sleeping would be fine then.
Yeah, and I will say 100% comfy beds. When they even show you where to sleep, it's like the type of bed you wish every inn would just have all around, like just the perfect amount of comfort.
Perfect.
And they're like, we got to make sure our guards sleep well. We can't have half sleepy guards. That's just not good. You see a guard
It's gonna
walk
be
by,
hard
just
to sleep
let's
shifts.
yeah. And they even make sure. I love that. Actually, that's very true. I didn't think about that. You see a guard who just walks out yawning. It's like, trust me, they're great, and then goes back out of the room, like back on duty.
Everybody has a wake up buddy.
Yeah, they do 100%. I love that. That's a great little detail. That's so good. They even, for you, Danica, they're like, if your little fox friend likes to, we also have, and they point to the ground, and there's like a tiny little bed for them to just curl up in and sleep in.
Oh, is she not allowed to sleep with me? She usually like sleeps next to my head on the pillow.
Oh, if she wants to, she can. I'm just letting you know if she also wants to have her own bed. That's also an option.
Are any of you allergic? If so, she can stay incorporeal.
I mean, I haven't sneezed yet.
Okay.
All good.
I feel like,
And the fox picks up.
oh my god, I just did an Inari. I feel like Riari is like waiting on a sneeze. No, I'm good.
Good chaos.
I bet you have really
Uh,
cute sneezes.
Do you say that to everybody?
No. I think
Is
that's
this
the first time that ever came out of my mouth.
Oh. I bet I do too. I never really thought of it. Next time I sneeze, I'll think about it though, and then I'll let you know.
Okay.
Most things I do are cute, so.
I've noticed that.
As it is nighttime, is there anything you want to do before I transition to the next day? And by that I mean you can stay in the tower area. There's also a waterfront area I mentioned nearby as well. It's entirely up to you. Nope. Okay. Morning breaks. You had the best night's sleep you've ever had in your life. Like that was the most comfiest bed you ever slept on. Aurora is perfectly curled up right next to your head, exactly as you said, Danica. Just perfect, like perfect sync right there. Uh, all of you feel like you are extremely well rested. Tara is not in the room with you. So you wake up and you're wondering, where the hell did our person go? And when you eventually get all your things and you walk out, the same table you had dinner at, they have now made sure that you also have breakfast. And there is tea and coffee galore. So whatever your fancy is, they've made sure you have that. And whatever you want for food too, it is 100% whatever you say it is. I'm going to say yes.
Danica leans over to Rylan and is like, "How do you know if something is poisoned?" Because they've had plenty of opportunity.
I mean, there's no motive.
Oh, true. I suppose they're relying on us to get them there safely. It wouldn't be,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of
There,
productive.
there could be motive for whoever's hunting down this thing, but I mean, yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't let them eat because somebody could poison them.
I'm sure some. I go to the shop to buy some antidotes.
They look at you and they're like, is there a reason you need this many?
Paranoia.
Fair enough. They tell them, you don't have to worry about spending money or anything. That's easily an inventory point thing. So you're ready, you'll take them, but don't worry about that. That's good flavor text. Now I have to ask, are you taking antidote before you eat?
No, I
This is
just
not what I
have them
expected,
there
but I
so
love that.
everybody can eat peacefully.
Okay, just
Great.
making sure. And this is where your GM's like, roll a D. No, I'm kidding. You all sit down. Whatever you wanted for whatever comes to mind for you that you feel your character would love having for breakfast, it is that. So for her, she's having like, because I don't know why I just went with foresty druid vibes. She has like a small bowl with a little bit of salad in it, and then has a whole thing of eggs right in front of her, and like, get your meat, get your protein, get your greens. That's basically it.
I think Danica would have like world's biggest plate of French toast with powdered sugar.
100.
Oh,
It is Studio Ghibli levels of food on that in terms of how it looks.
nice.
I think a quiche.
You can't do this to us.
Oh, too late. I've just
The
did it.
coffee has whiskey in it.
Yours, actually, if anyone wants that, yes, coffee can have whiskey in it. I'll allow it. Good Irish cream.
I want a mimosa.
Have a mimosa.
Know what? 100%. Because
Why
I
not?
am in real life when it's brunch, you always get a mimosa. That is
Oh,
not
no,
something
I
you
want a
question.
Non-negotiable.
Both.
And especially when the place has never-ending mimosas where you can
Everybody
do that.
come
and I love
visit me.
places
I've
that do
got
that.
like so many
I got
places.
a few of those too. I love it.
Let's go.
I want a poinsettia because I like the cranberry juice with my quiche.
Yeah.
And
Then
it's like
you have a poinsettia.
veggie heavy quiche.
Yeah, you 100% have that.
Did you come to terms with whether you eat meat or not?
There's a entire pile of bacon next to that.
All right, we
It's
did.
big
We got
fat
there.
And
It's out
it's
the
really
box.
crispy, and it's like got brown sugar crusted on there.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Making me
What about-
There's a
hungry
plate of
again.
ramen. I'm just kidding.
What about for Oi? What does Oi get?
2 cappuccinos.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that's like, I imagine that when he's about to order, he's not totally sure what he wants, because he's sampled a bit, but not enough, because he's not very wealthy. But when he notices what everyone else is ordering, he starts to get jealous, and he's like, could you make like a little half portion of their
Oh
things?
yeah,
Well,
I'm on it.
I just want to see what I like.
I know the best way to disguise. You get like sample sizes of everything.
Yes.
What is it called? A flight? that you can get.
Yeah, 100%. It's a flight.
Let's go.
I want a breakfast flight. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I love that, and I'm very much the person who would eat all that in one go because I have no
I would
control
like
over
this
that.
option at every restaurant.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'd like
Yeah.
a spoonful of everything you have.
And it's like it's like a wide plate gets brought out, and it's perfectly done that, and it's perfectly
Ooh.
sectioned off into what each food was. None of them are touching, so if you don't want it touching the piece of food, it's not.
You're speaking to the neurodivergent in me.
Yeah. Same. And what does wait, we got that. What about Riari?
Cereal.
What kind of cereal?
Raisin Bran.
That's
Grape
not a
nuts.
check, I wasn't trying to break you, I promise. It was just a curious question.
Grape nuts.
Okay. You have that.
The
100%.
Meemaw cereal.
Me-
Grape nuts.
Yep. And it's also the most delicious milk that you have with it as well. If you want milk.
I do want milk.
Yep, you get that. What about drink?
Milk.
Chocolate. No, what? Can it be chocolate?
Chocolate is chocolate milk.
Yes. Okay.
Strawberry.
Chocolate milk.
Strawberry milk is strawberry milk.
Oh yeah.
Gotta
my
match
God,
the
yes.
hair.
Yeah, it's strawberry. And they even, without you asking, they do that, and they just give you this look of like, oh, trust me, I figured you'd probably want this. It matches your hair perfectly.
Promise.
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay. They're learning.
I've been,
I look at
I was
everybody like they're
eavesdropping.
learning.
They look at you like I was eavesdropping on conversations last night. I don't want to say that word ever again.
Why
now,
would
'cause
you
now
say
I'm
that
just
out loud?
suspicious.
Now you sound even
I'm
more
sus-
suspicious. Why were you eavesdropping?
Who isn't eavesdropping in a tower full of guards?
All
They
right,
go
that's
back into their kitchen to keep cooking.
good at that one. That one's good at his job. That one's good at his job.
Another person walks by like, yep, that's why we trust them with making our food because we know no matter what, they're being 100% honest with us. And then they go back to what they were doing.
I trust the food and the milk and the eavesdropping.
I'm eavesdropping. Tara is, for her drink, oh, that's a good question. You know what? I don't want to think about it. What would she be drinking?
Chocolate
I have an
milk.
idea, but I like. No, what? Chocolate milk, 100%. And they're giving this look of like, what is this? Like they've never had it before, and they're just like, this is delicious, but also what? They also maybe have a small cup of herbal tea next to them, like the perfect smell of like vanilla and jasmine mixed together. Because that just sounds great. When you are done eating, she actually takes all your plates for you, brings them back to where they got the food, and she's like, shall we get going? So is there any questions you guys might have had? I'm realizing I haven't really said much, but is there any questions you have about where we're going? Have you been there before?
Well, maybe, perhaps. I have trained memory. Have I been there before?
If you say you've been there before, then the answer is yes.
Sure. So I have trained memory. Tell me about it, and then we can pretend that Danica has just said it aloud, like started reciting facts
Sure.
with perfect
You
recall.
know, yeah, perfect. You know, scenery-wise, it is as beautiful as that city was. The Faelands are 10 times more beautiful. Wide open fields, the most vibrant and saturated of jewel-toned colors, which, as a designer and photographer, yes! The water is that still perfect sort of green, because that is one of my favorite things someone has ever said as a detail in a game. I love that, and I want to keep that going in every game now I do. Flowers and foliage, as I mentioned, are those colors. They're also more pronounced than they were where you came from. And what I mean by that is think normal flower height, they're bigger than that. Everything is a little more exaggerated with height wise. So like God, because I don't know why this flower came to mind, but this is what we're going with. Sunflowers can be very tall. They're like twice the height of what they normally should be. And much bigger, which is kind of terrifying because those are massive flowers. And they actually outside of that though, like you just know, like somehow, like when you go there are homes, people live in regular homes. There's also, because this is a fun detail, there are also mushroom-like homes that people can build homes into or things into and live in, because why not? That seems like fun. You also know, based off some fun things I asked you guys to tell me before we played today, every now and then there's certain parts of where you step on that just sparkle and shine where your footprint would be. So just little sparkles and poofs pop out. As what else did I write? Green water, as mentioned. You also know house, like the house structures like that. You know that where you're going, because you've probably seen it once, and it's hard not to notice this. There is this beautiful structure that everyone knows, because when you walk into this area, it's the first thing you really see, which is the castle where you're supposed to be going, possibly for this. It's like the most Disney-esque, over-the-top castle design you can think of, like 100% that. Just beautiful spires, beautiful structure. It's stunning. It just is this gorgeous centerpiece in an area that is perfectly serene. And then the one detail I'm going to say you remember, and you probably look at Riari and Terror a little bit, because it's just one of those like, oh yeah, this is the weirdest thing I remember, but it's also so true. When you step in there, and this is going to be a fun thing, you all get to tell me when it happens. A specific part of you just kind of has an iridescent glow about it, and it can be anything. Can be eyes, can be hair, can be your skin, can be your clothes. But whenever you step in there, some part of you just kind of is more amplified than normal.
Oh, I know what it's going to be just based on the outfit I gave my character.
There you go. But yeah, you know all that, I would say. It's just the beautiful visage of all of it is like this perfect painting come to life. Especially with those colors, because those colors are just unreal.
Yeah, so all of that.
And she looks at you like, oh wow, it's always nice to meet someone who's been there. Yay. And obviously she looks at you, Riari, like, obviously I kind of assume you've been there because I've seen quite a few who have the same sort of like, you have wings if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
pointing at your wings. Like I've met quite a few of you who also have the same kind of wing structure, and they're great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, your hair is kind of a, no offense, kind of a dead giveaway too. Not many people I've met have hair that color outside of that area.
I know. It makes me cute.
They probably, this is the first time you see them actually let out a laugh, in not a bad way. It's more of like, yeah, that's accurate. I agree with that. She looks probably then at Rylan and Oi, like, is there any questions you might have then about where we're going? If you've ever been there? Oi just shrugs.
Oi is like, is the box there?
I mean,
Maybe.
there might be a box.
All right.
Or
I will-
boxes. There could be multiple. That might be
I
confusing
found
though.
random treasure chests in the most wild of places. That's kind of a box.
All
Yeah,
right.
it is.
We could find
Maybe
puppies
we'll
in
find
the
an
box.
ID card and a couple of them.
We find 3 puppies in every chest we find in random places.
And they're all
I hope
different
they've
kinds of
got
puppies.
food.
Oh, I was thinking of the Dalmatians from Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh my god.
But
Get
I
them
was
out of the
referencing-
box, those poor puppies.
Free them! Why are they here?
Goodness.
I won't lie, I very much am that person who 100%ed that game and had to find all of them because that was freaking me out. It's like, we need to get them out. They need to.
Why are they there?
God, why are they here?
We have
Corella
to
did
get
it.
them home. Oh God,
Yes.
free them.
Also, great fun movie to rewatch too. That movie holds up animation-wise.
True.
It's beautiful.
It does.
She, as you're all finishing breakfast, she takes her plates away, your drinks. You all go back to where your chocobos are. Your birds are exactly where they were. They immediately all greet you too when you all walk up with an immediate, just wonderful, welcoming screech out loud, or like bird call out loud, because they're just excited to see you. When Tara comes back, she has what looks like 2 or 3 thermoses full of like coffee or tea, and it's like they just wanted to apparently give us some for the road if we needed it, so should hopefully hold up for the next 2 days or so.
Great.
And just hands
Thank
off
you.
whoever grabs one, and then yeah, whoever grabs it, I would say you'll have a bag and you can just put it in there. You don't have to worry about it like remembering that.
Chocobo
Bag of
saddle.
holding on everything. Yeah, it's on the chocobo saddle, 100%. Thank you. It's like like you don't have to worry about item storage or anything like that. You have it. It's all good. And
Great.
do you head out or do you stay a little bit? What do you do?
I'm
I'm
ready.
just happy to be by his chocobo again. And we'll
And the bird
definitely be trying
immediately
to buy this chocobo later.
the bird greets you, just gives you a subtle head nod and closes its eyes as you probably go to pet it, give it scrunches.
Aww.
Tara does the same thing. She comes up to hers, gives it a nice big brush, gives it a hug, and gets on the bird.
Rylan tries so hard not to be seen as cute and adorable, but cannot do that when there's a chocobo around.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, not beating the allegations right now.
No. As soon as they got within sight, there was a little hop to their step. He's just like,
Bless him.
All right. So everyone gets on their bird. Cool. Someone roll a d10 for me.
I'll do it. 2.
Awesome. Another just pleasant stroll. This you start to realize where you're now going is, so I would feel like Riari would know this, and then also Danica would know this because they've both been there. You're now hitting that point where the open fields are kind of going away, and now you're hitting more forest patch where it's just deep woods. Like you see a path in front of you. It's just more of you've now entered a part where the sunlight is very very much dim in here. It's not total darkness because that's ridiculous. It's still daytime, but it's more diffused lighting where you can tell you're in the woods, and you just like any good like wood setting, you do immediately feel that humidity kick in once you get in there because there's that much around you, like holding all that heat in a little bit. All that I'm not going to say I'll say moisture and not that word condense because that's always weird to say out loud. But it is that in there. I'm just going to leave it at that because your GM got a little flustered. But you have a nice relaxing third day just going through. You even have it where if you want, you're just letting the chocobo slowly move along, or if you want to pick up the pace, you can easily do that as well. But nothing bad happens. Just a nice pleasant day in the woods, basically.
Awesome.
And then the minute I say that, I think of Sondheim musical Into the Woods. And then for the one of us who has not rolled a d10 yet, roll a d10.
Okay, but if something happens and I roll like a 10, nobody get mad at me. Okay, I rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled a 1. I love that. So
Why do
I
you
didn't
say it like
explain
that? I
any of
have
this.
like trauma from Hoop.
No. I'm good. I promise I'm being good. So with the whole thing that we were doing while I was having you roll d10s, there's a whole rule set about how you do day travel. So
Okay.
the way it works is if you rolled a 6+, that causes something to happen that is not great. It's more I could have had a combat encounter, or the way I did it was more she fell off the bird unexpectedly, needed a little bit. Or it could have been even more really bad weather hits, and then you maybe took damage because it's cold out. You need to shelter yourself.
Oh,
One is the
okay.
opposite. One is like, oh, something awesome actually happens when you get a 1. You have this wonderful moment. I was actually hoping someone would get this because I thought this was cool. So thank you. You're in the woods, and the two of you, you and Danica, both see something that you're like, wait a minute, we should go check that out. And you find this gorgeous clearing that is like, think like any fantasy story where you find an open area that's just stunning and like there's a little bit of water around, just perfect sunlight hitting it. You see, the best way I can describe it, you see like a couple pixies just flying around tending to like flowers nearby. You see like, I guess the best description is like a forest nymph or some form of dryad just chilling out, and then sees the 5 of you technically walking up with your birds like, oh hi, take a moment to rest. It's very pleasant out here. And they even have like, if you need anything to eat or drink, we brought more food than needed. We're just kind of chilling and having a nice day out and about. And there's like the most delicious sort of like, obviously it's probably going to be more vegetables than anything else. Well, like veggies you can think of. There's some bread.
It's a
There's that
pixie
green water.
picnic.
It is a pixie picnic. And if you do partake, it doesn't really matter because you didn't have a combat thing, but all of your HP and MP would have been filled up immediately.
Goodness.
And they probably look at Tara and they're like, oh, I didn't know you were out here. Always a pleasure to see you. And they just give the most graceful bow that Alice would have given, like a very royal bow to Tara. It's like, please, you don't need to do formalities. It's fine. Thank you, though.
Do you also call her dear?
The forest nymph looks at you like, no, they're just you respect someone who is part of the royal court.
Danica gives Tara a look. I knew that wasn't typical.
Yeah, that's also why I wanted security, because I was worried someone was maybe gonna. I had trouble getting to the city when I first went out, and I didn't really trust going back by myself. Yeah. I was trying to keep a low profile, but it's kind of hard to do when they just point their hands up and like top to bottom. Like, yeah. Once we get closer, it's a little more difficult to keep a low profile.
Well, food. Yes.
Rylan
I
was
will even
enjoying
say,
the picnic, but Moss is so apprehensive about eating food from the Fae.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this-
They even look at you like no. It's just like it's an assortment of like literal like just veggies and just fruit like plucked directly from the plants. And they even probably when you're giving that look, one of the pixies flies near you, probably tries to lean in. Just be like, I promise it's safe. They're doing that same wording again, where you're like, what? And then one of them that just up's like, don't say that word. That doesn't help. It's safe. It's safe.
It's just
Don't
become
worry
a whole
about it.
cultural thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has become a whole cultural thing now because you guys willed it into being. One of them flies up, just nudges them, like, "Don't say that." Remember the last time you said that? Someone thought we were. The food
There's
is
that
safe.
crazy rumor not to eat food.
I
from
know,
the
and it's
Fae.
not great because we have really delicious food, and it's so good. Also, pixies. When I say that, they're not like inches tall. They're like a good foot and a half, top to bottom.
Okay.
And you do not hear their wings when they are flying. They are dead silent, but you can tell that they are moving very quickly.
I don't know what it is about this description, but I think I just got like a little more scared.
Oh no. Touche, I understand that. I think I mean it more like I think what I mean by that is more of I imagine, and this is my D&D brain kicking in, is if someone plays is a sprite or pixie, I just don't imagine you would hear those wings. I just feel like they would just be quiet because if you heard them, I feel like they'd be so annoyingly loud.
I feel like a mosquito.
Like you're magically quieting the wind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful actually. Yeah.
I think there's glitter pooping out there too.
Actually, when they fly away, they do have a glitter trail that follows.
100%.
Nice.
Yep. And I'm going to say, because you're closer now, Riari, because you are Fae, and you are the one who created this awesome description, and I feel like we're close enough this would happen. You said when you are in there or within range, something about you becomes more iridescent. What on you specifically becomes more iridescent?
Her freckles.
What colors do they shine and shimmer as?
It's just all iridescence, like just all like similar I think to Danica's like reflection of light. It's just like very much a prism effect of just like a prism like in the sunlight on a windowsill, like kind of auroras of fluctuation of iridescence, so it like changes colors or shimmering, like no real rhyme or reason or pattern, but it does like shift and flux, kind of like also like when you're underwater in a pool, the way it moves with the water.
100%. You all see that. It just kind of starts to happen.
Like a disco ball.
I love that. Tara's hair starts doing that. It starts having iridescent shimmers along with the green because her hair. Actually, I'm changing because I said brown, but I'm going to change that. Her hair then, when she gets closer to Faelands, goes from that brown to a green and starts iridescently changing colors here and there. And she just looks at you like, okay, we're close. We're clearly close to where we need to be. I'm gonna eat some food, even though they said that word now that I don't want to say anymore because you all freaked me out with it. But I'm gonna eat it anyways. And she starts taking a bite.
Okay.
And I'm assuming Oid is like, nope, not touching it.
He's gonna
I would
wait
say
for a
too,
second.
And I'll say
Ryland's
you guys
eating.
still have baked goods. Yeah, I was gonna say if you want, you still have baked goods from that cafe because Ryland grabbed so many.
I might have a pocket full of leftover bacon.
I mean, who
Nice.
wouldn't? That sounds amazing.
It
Pocket
doesn't occur to
bacon.
Danica not to eat, so she's gonna go ahead and eat.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat
Or-
too. Like,
I have antidotes. We're fine.
what if I take the food and then I hand it to you? Then will you eat it?
What if the antidotes are poisoned?
Oh no! Why are we so paranoid? What could we have done to start all of this?
We sue the guard station and hope nobody signed up for
We
Guard
can't
Plus.
sue anyone if we're all dead.
No, the Guard Plus, no.
I don't know
Oh,
what that
no.
means.
It's a Disney reference.
Matt and I are like, yeah, Guard Plus.
Somebody's trying to sue Disney.
So, somebody.
Oh, for the allergic reaction, right?
Yeah.
I got there. I got there.
It took me a second too.
As we're all contemplating that, I'm gonna say you have that moment where you eat. If you eat food, you do. If you partake of whatever drink they have there too, you do that as well, and you eventually head back on your path. They even tell like the two of you who were probably leading the way because you've been in this direction before. It's like, oh yeah, you know where to go. Just follow the path right. Yep, just go right there. It'll take you right directly where you need to go into town and all that. You get back on your birds. I'm gonna say that the birds got fed. The pixies were bringing them little greens here and there. They were all like just trying to like do funny things like throw the food and see if the chocobos could grab it, and they all do because they're chocobos. Why not?
Yeah.
When you eventually leave that beautiful scenic sort of meadow-esque look, you get back on the path. About an hour or two goes by, and then you find that you are finally at your destination because the minute you get out there, it's a perfect open field, and you just see every little detail I described about that for Danica is right up in front of you. All those buildings, all that scenery, it's right there. And Tara has a moment where the long draped cloak she's wearing actually has a hood on it, and you're a little confused. She puts the hood on and kind of is trying to act more like she's not there than being seen, if that makes any sense. And she just gives you all this look like, I just don't want people to have to continually greet me formally. I just want to get there and not deal with that, if that's okay.
Yeah, it could be bad on the knees.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of formalities. It's not needed. Also, I'm realizing we never actually disclosed that. Yeah, I'm not part of the, she points at the castle off in the distance, which again, perfect Disney castle. Looks exactly like whatever image pops in your head. It's like, I am not part of that royal family. I work in their court. It's weird getting formal bows because I don't consider myself that. Yeah. Anyways, just follow. I'll shut up now. Just follow me. She starts walking forward. She gets off the bird actually and starts walking forward, holding onto like the strap that the bird has, just leading it on.
We're protecting royalty.
When you say that out loud, she looks at you like, shh, don't say it out
Not.
loud. I'm not royalty, but shh.
Maybe we should block people from being able to see them. And Oi's gonna like.
Let's not make it obvious. The cloak is good. You know, the cloak is discreet. Maybe we'll get them a plain baseball cap and a plain T-shirt.
That just says welcome to the Faelands. It's like tourist.
I love New York.
Yeah.
I love New York. Yeah, actually, it says, know what? Changing it because that's just funny. It says that, but it says. That's amazing. Oh my god. As you follow her, no one really pays attention to her when she has the hood up. It's just completely inconspicuous. You get people greeting you here and there.
No, she has to do it like this so nobody knows it's her. Like in Ragnarok.
You know what? I will say yes, she does that because you willed that into
Great.
being, and I'm a GM who doesn't like saying no to a lot of things.
It's
'cause I
like,
do that.
but they could still see your face, not when I go like this.
She does that.
Mhm.
She has the hood on, does that though still. In terms of people you see around, I have mentioned pixies. You do see like dryad-y elemental people just walking around, because why not? Then you also see people who clearly were from the city you were in too, who maybe were just merchants. And because I didn't fully describe this, as we mentioned, we have someone who's very much a living jewel, who's also Emma Frost. You do see someone else who's walking around who is also exactly like that. You also see, regular humans. You see Riari. There are quite a few people who also have the same style wings, but different color hair. And it's no matter what, because I just have to do this. No matter what, the hair is always pastel. It's always pastel colors, 100%, because that's stunning and great. You also see every now and then just the most fantasy of fantasy elves. There are, I'm not going to call, well, yeah, there are dwarves, no halflings. Sorry, I'm not putting that in this game, sadly, even though I relate to that. But like dwarves walking around as well. The one that I'm going to include that'll make Moss very happy. Very much cat people, but they look human, but they have cat ears and cat tails. Can't explain it, but they just, yeah, cat people. And she's kind of leading you away from all that, and she's just like, I just want to deliver this and then make sure you guys can either stay here for a couple days if you need to or get back on your way. But yeah, let's go deliver this. And she starts walking immediately towards that castle.
All right.
I'm sorry, were we supposed to go with them?
Yeah,
It
yes.
Might be a
Yes.
good idea. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's how we get the money. So that way
Oh.
Rylan can buy their chocobo.
Yeah, you can get
Oh.
your dagger.
Yes. Yes.
When you follow, she will obviously, we'll just cut this more to fast forward a bit, but like if you want food at all, you get food. It is whatever descriptions you want to give me of food, 100% is that, because I have no idea what would actually be in a Faeland for food, but that's what I'm going to say. And also because I love this description, every now and then when you step, you just see little sparkles pop up of every footstep you take. It just happens. Just little ball, like even little, like, I can't not think about this now. Even like little, like, you know how like if you blow bubbles, you have those little bubbles pop out? That'll sometimes happen with footsteps. You just see little bubbles pop up here and there.
Are they edible? The
That's
candy
a great
bubbles?
question. Every now and then they are. They're
Oh,
like
but
candy
not
colored too.
always. Oh, that's so
Not
risky.
always. So now it's a 50-50. Yeah, I'm gonna make that a 50-50. When you get to the first gate of the castle, there's two guards. They just kind of like the most typical, put their lances out, make an X. It's like, stop. What brings you here today? Yeah, and she takes her hood off, and they immediately are like, "Oh, sorry about that. Are they with you?" Points to the four of you. Like, yes, they're with me. Let them in. We have a delivery. It's like, understood. Go right ahead. And they open the gate up. She kind of looks at you like, I promise it's not. Yeah, it's always awkward getting that. It's just formalities are so weird.
Yeah.
Oi. She actually says oi. And
What?
doesn't mean it as your name. But yeah, she reacts probably like that. It's like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Just more, never mind. And just starts walking forward. You have a great
Alright.
name. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I want to make a fun roll out of this. Can all of you roll insight and insight? And let me know what you get. There's no hard difficulty on this. It'll depend more on what number you get is what I'll divulge.
So that's 2 insight dice.
2 insight die. Yep.
14.
Damn. Okay.
Me too.
16.
Hey. Dang. You're muted.
I was muted. 12.
Well, okay, that's good enough. Damn, all of you rolled really well on that. Good job. You walk really far ahead and you notice something odd. The only guards you've seen are the ones at the front gate. And you're walking now for about maybe 5 minutes on, and then you trying to get to what looks like a massive door that's clearly the front entrance. And when you're just about there, Tara stops moving and kind of just stands there looking very puzzled. And when the four of you get up front, and why I had you make that roll, you look and like there's two guards that are clearly stationed there, but they're like not even looking at you. It's just kind of like they're leaning back. And then the closer you get, you realize very weirdly, they're fast asleep. But not like in a normal sleeping way. Like there's something like not right about why they're fully asleep. Like they're just slouched up against the wall. Like if you even touch them, they don't move at all. They're just perfectly placed sleeping.
Well, that's concerning.
Yeah, that's not right. I've never. She pokes one of them like on the helmet just to be like, hello. Gives like maybe even a knock on the helmet, like hello. Like nothing wakes them up. Deep sleep.
Can magic do this?
Possibly.
Well, I will know what I will go off of if you want to roll insight plus willpower.
Wait, what is? I don't think my willpower is very good.
Difficulty of 10.
Oh, cool. That's 16. So.
Oh, 16?
Yeah. I
Nice.
critted.
Roll.
There we go. I got 2 8s. Sorry.
Oh, there we go. No, that's good.
Oh.
You, as you've mentioned, Danica doesn't really do magic all that much, but looking at this, you're very, very keenly looking at them like, oh, this is not normal. Like this is very much someone has been putting a spell on these two, and they are not asleep due to natural means. This is something else.
Danica looks over at Riari. Do you have a spell to wake them?
Let's see. Does Elsie have a spell to wake them? I have. Let's see a gamble. It would be a gamble, but we might be able to.
Why not?
No, that wouldn't help, but life transference wouldn't help either. I don't think so.
You know what? I think this is fun because I would like to do this. If you want to also roll insight and willpower just to see if you can wake them up through some form of spell work, I will allow that because it's also a one shot, and I say why not?
I have an idea of if I do succeed, what I'm gonna do. It's really fun.
Yeah, do it. Again, for the others who are looking, they're just not waking up. Like
Another
these two people are
16
just.
or insight. Yeah, another 16.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Well, how would you describe what you do?
So I would use gravidokinesis, which would just be like taking that katana and just be like up and down, and it's just like the guard would be like lifted up and it slammed back into the ground.
Oh.
Oh god, I love this. We're gonna go with it. Tara sees you do that, and they go up like not like a small amount. It's like they go up at least. Would you say like 2 feet, maybe
Yeah.
3? Yeah, they go up 2 or 3 feet, and you just. Is it a polite slam down or a very dramatic slam?
It's a polite slam.
It's a polite slam, and she steps forward, like, wait.
It's not
don't-
like a tap, but
okay.
it's like.
Yeah. And you hear her audibly go, "Oh, okay, that's one way to probably wake them up." Here's where I'm gonna say it's funny. One, for a second, kind of opens his eyes. It's like, what? What was? Why? And then falls back asleep again.
I can do it again.
You do it again. And then groggily, like they, God, this is such a specific thing. Groggily, as if they took sleep meds the night before. They kind of are like waking up, like, wait, why am I? What's going on? And they're just looking at you, very confused and dazed. And then they are still struggling to stay awake. To which
Why are you
Tara
sleeping
then
on the
just,
job?
I'm not sleeping on any job, and they lazily just slide back up against the wall and fall back asleep. Tara just looks at the door, pushes it open, and starts walking in.
gonna follow after her.
Yeah.
When you okay, so 2 of you go in. 3 go in. Assuming 4, okay, all 4.
Danica.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
No, you're good. I'm just making sure. That's all. When you walk in, it's the same thing on the inside. People are just asleep on the ground, and you probably check each one of them, and it's just this weird thing like, what's going on? And you probably, because I think this is funny now, and I would totally imagine you did this, Riari. Riari, you probably do another of up and down politely, and they snap awake for a second, immediately fall back asleep. And then, yeah. So you have this moment where you're just in a long hallway and there's just multiple people on the ground taking a power nap, basically.
No wonder you wanted to hire guards. Yours aren't very good.
They all take synchronized naps? Is it nap time?
I don't think this is normal.
Oh.
Yeah. She's now more hesitant about leading the way.
I got you.
Thank you. One step at a time. Just slowly, one step at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
She eventually stops at the most decorative, ornate door you have ever seen in your life. The most beautiful crimson, the most beautiful golden accents everywhere. The middle of the door where it opens up, because I just thought of this and I think it's great. Think of like a yurt tree symbol. So like the great tree basically is on the door. She pushes the door open. You enter in a ballroom or like open court area that's just stunning. The most beautiful art is on the walls. You look up at the ceiling, it's like a beautiful glass ceiling, almost picturesque. And then this thing you see is all the people who are in there also are fast asleep, where there is clearly a chair for whoever the rulers are, which for Riari and Danica, because you've been here before, you know there is a king and queen. I'm leaving the king description up to those of you who are in our personal chat to have fun with that. And I'm not going to specify that on the call.
I'm not fucking doing this.
I don't know
No,
what
me
you're
neither.
talking about.
I'm not either. Yeah, we're not doing this. We're fine. Both of them on their throne, both whoever the king and queen are visually, they are fast asleep. And what you see is there is a person standing in the middle that has 2 guards that don't seem like they're guards with the castle that are standing at their side. And when the 5 of you walk in, the person in the center just turns around and just gives you this look of like, oh, well, you're not part of the royal family. Who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, you're not part of the royal family either.
They just give you this sort of ever had a dog look at you and it does like a
Yeah.
It's like that. It's just that side head tilt and just kind of puts their hand up. They basically have on think nice, beautiful robes, and a very ornate staff is in their right hand. And they just look at you. It's like, answer my question first. Who are you?
I don't
No.
know.
You don't know, or you don't want to know, or answer.
Well, it's in a box, really.
Yes.
Yeah, do you know where the box is?
Are you the box?
Oh shit, do you know his name? Do you have his name?
You know what? I'm gonna say, just to throw Matt off. There is a box sitting right between the thrones.
The box.
It's like this beautiful, gorgeous box sitting right there.
All right.
Forget the mission. The box is here.
Yeah, when you say box, this person just looks at like, there's a box up there. I don't. That's besides the point. Who are? And before they say it again, they look at Tara, and they're like, "Oh, so okay, there is a member of court that wasn't here." And they're looking at the backpack they have on, and they're like, "If you don't mind, I would love to take that item off your hands."
No.
No.
I think they might mind.
Yeah.
They are behind the 4 of you, by the way. They're not moving forward. They're now very shaken. It's like, I mean, if you like, I can take that by force, or you can hand it freely to me. It's your choice.
Oh, you're threatening them.
Be the opposite of what we're here to do, so that's not gonna happen.
Very well. They tap the staff on the ground, and you have this weird thing happen that it's maybe a little mean, but we're going with it. Two of the sleeping guards just start standing up, and they aren't moving like they should be, is probably the best way to put it. And she just looks at the other two guards she has next to her, and you realize these are all guards that have the same embellishments for like the room you're in, so they clearly are guards for the castle. And she's just like, taps her staff. They move in a very slow way, as if they're not controlling themselves a little bit. They're like, the person just looks at them like, just get the item and bring it to me when you can. I have no time to deal with adventurers. And just taps the staff. And then that person who taps the staff, they're out of the room.
Oh, they were scared.
Oh no.
So we're up against a sleepy necromancer.
Tara
Necromancer.
actually, as much as Tara is shaken, she laughs when you say that, and it's like, that's funny. I don't think they're dead. I think they were just sleeping, and they're not fully functional. You get what I mean.
Somnomancer.
It's like, yeah, somnomancer sounds.
So
Right.
I will give an option on this because I think this is more fun. I have this written for combat, but if you have skills that might help you, by all means, I will allow that before I force a combat encounter on you, because I'm more interested to see what you might do in the moment in terms of this. Because you could try finding a way to wake them up. It's that, or you're going to start fighting a couple guards who clearly aren't aware that you're fighting them.
How many of them are there?
I'm going to say they only will have had 3 that are currently in front of you, and that's it.
So
All the others, deep sleep. Everyone's in a deep sleep.
how close is the status effect daze to sleep? And if they were immune to daze, would they wake up and not be controlled?
I would... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you first.
No, I have to look something up.
I love that. I will say, if you want to make a roll for me on that, we can figure that out. And I will say, roll insight plus will. Well, actually, no. What would the roll be if you did that for? No, I think that is a insight plus willpower. Do that.
Okay.
Or if you're seeing it's more of a physical thing, then insight plus might.
Insight plus willpower, because I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
do that.
attacking, I would just be putting this symbol
Yeah.
on them.
Let me know what you get. We'll go with that. I think that's fun.
Well, it's a 6, so.
You try to do one of your dances to try and snap them out of it. It's probably the best way to do it. Maybe that's what I would imagine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It looks really pretty. It just doesn't do anything for them.
Okay.
They're still just kind of slowly getting their weapons drawn out as if they're ready to start taking care of business. Is probably the best way to put it. I don't know why that came to mind, but that's what we're going with.
I don't have any useful abilities, so I'll just say that Aurora comes up and bites one in the ass.
Know what? Can you roll might for me plus might?
Okay, my might or Aurora's?
Aurora's.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. I want to know what they get.
Okay, let's
That's
see.
really funny.
What is their might? Oh, their might's better than mine. That is 14?
Oh damn. They bite one on the right side, and it's an immediate. You see someone just scream out loud like, "Ow! Don't do that! That's not nice!" And then you realize they're immediately awake, and they're like, "What the hell is going?" And they stop seeing the two next to them. They immediately turn around, see the throne and the 2 leaders of this area just fast asleep, and they immediately rush towards that. So you woke up 1 because that was hilarious, and I can't say no to that. That was great. Also, you got a 14, which was very high. Yes.
Is the object we are carrying with us a magical object?
Yes.
Can I
100%.
use entropic ritualism to create a ritual to extract the magic from the object and wake them up?
Roll insight plus willpower. Hell yeah. I'm gonna say this takes a few minutes, but hell yeah, roll that. And also, don't forget, you can spend, if you don't get a good or high enough result, you can re-roll a die. and make that happen. Also, I think we
Okay.
lost Nat for a second.
I think.
Uh,
There we
Oh,
go.
you're back. You're back. We can see you.
okay, yeah, I want to reroll one of them.
Yeah. So so the way you do that is you spend a Fabula point,
Okay.
and how do you invoke one of your traits to do so, or
It's
your identity to do so?
it's another like scraping of the katana on the ground and just like a twirly motion, and then like I think she would politely. Well, first she would like drag the katana across the ground just lazily, like she has been doing, over to Tara, and tap her on the shoulder, ask to see the object, put one hand on it, and then just kind of like do the drawings on the ground with the katana, and then tap the ground a few times, and then tap like with the other hand on the object that we have been transporting, and then point it towards the guards, kind of like a conductor almost, with the flick of a wrist.
Tara even realizes what you're about to do, and like before you could even grab the item, she takes it out. It's like, yes, do it. Just whatever works. Please take this. You may roll. You can either roll one die, or if you want to re-roll both, you can re-roll both.
I have a 7 out of 10 on the other die, so I'm just gonna re-roll one.
Okay,
Re-roll one, and that's another 7, so that's a crit, actually.
Sweet. Yes, it is. Describe how it works. What happens? I'm gonna add for the record. I'm gonna also add a detail, and also you get an opportunity off of this as well. By the way.
Oh, shit. That's right. Okay. I probably will use plot twist again just to say they woke up. But either way, I am going to take a page from my favorite anime, Madoka Magica, and kind of channel Sayaka's magical girl energy of being that conductor vibe with her swords. Actually, I didn't really think about this beforehand. And just like there are musical notes that fill the air, and just kind of like the room itself, it's iridescent. You can see the bars, you can see the notes, you can see everything about it, and it just kind of like, instead of a sleepy somnolent tune that would have lulled them to sleep, it has now kind of been rewritten before your very eyes, as if it had started as a somnolent tune, like a lullaby. Taken those notes, reverse them in order in the actual bars you can now see in the air, and then just kind of like danced around them, very much like what is it? It's like Phantasmic almost at Disney, if you know anything about Phantasmic, and or the movie like Fantasia 2000, and just encircles the guards and dances with the whimsical music of more like a spring awakening spring awakening sound to get them all to wake up.
Also a great
Don't
musical.
kiss you.
Exactly. Or at least
God,
one
I'm
or
gonna be
two of them.
singing
I
that
don't want to
song.
like take everything, because I know a couple people haven't done anything yet.
I'm also going to say in the middle of that for Rylan, your dance that you did that didn't work, you're still doing it, and it's actually helping amplify this. So it's not just staying in the room you're in. Your dance is actually amplifying it now to be outside of the castle, even for any guard that might have been outside. So you've actually helped with your dance, not realizing it. It's expanded in scope. Because I just think that'd be fun. Also, because dancer, fuck yeah. Does anyone else want to try something? Just out of curiosity. We've had someone who got bit in the butt, which was very effective, super effective. Obviously, using a ritual, which was super, super effective. I'm going to say the dance also helped, because it's also helping keep that spell going a little bit too with the ritual. So you're both in perfect sync with one another, and it's beautiful. What about Oi? Just out of curiosity.
You said there was a box there. I want
Yep. Are you going to the box?
Find out what's in the box.
We will get to that in a second. Okay, I will think about that. We will get to that in a second. The exact thing, Riari, you did happens. Everyone starts waking up. The two guards that were not bit. Though I love that you did that. That was amazing, and I never would have thought of that, and that's fantastic. They snap out of it, and they're
That's
like,
all
what
hope.
Yeah, they're like, what the hell? The king and queen behind immediately start waking up, and then the detail I want to add, because I thought this would be fun, you're doing that. You're using that crystal now as an implement. Crystal starts shining really bright, And what's weird, and everyone sees this after it happens, is you're kind of just finishing your ritual, but you're realizing all 4 of you are now slightly glowing with a little bit of light around you. And you're not sure what the hell that's about. And it's not like the iridescent glow. This is something completely different. And then it just subtly fades away. And then the crystal you hand back to Tara, who looks at you like, that was incredible. I didn't know you could do that. And as she says that, oh, go ahead.
Me either.
I love that for you. That's great. Oi, you go to the box.
Yeah.
With, for the record, King and Queen sitting next to it. And they're still sleepily waking up. Do you open this box?
Well, I'm gonna wait for them to wake up, because I don't.
Okay.
If it's private stuff, I don't want their business. I just want to say, is this my box?
The king just looks at you. Beautiful facial features, beautiful pointed ears. Because I've been wanting to add this. Both king and queen have these stunning golden antlers that are sprouted out of their forehead that go a foot above their head. It's just stunning.
Ooh.
It's like, I guess the best way to describe it is like, think elk antlers, or deer antlers. It's just perfect. And the king just looks at you, kind of trying to wake up, like, I don't know who you are, but if you want to look, by all means.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like literally.
3 Dalmatians pop out.
Yeah, literally. Damn it! I kind of want to do that now, but that's so bad. There is inside a stunning assortment of jewels and coins. This is actually what we were going to give back to. We had some donations come in, but we don't really need them for this castle for helping rebuild things. We're giving them back to the citizens in a bit. Keep the town flourishing as best as possible.
Oi, like all of you are just gonna hear this long, loud sigh, just like it's just Jules, and I just closed the lid.
Jules is a name.
Oh.
Do you want to be? Is your name Jules? The queen now says that. That's a great name.
That is a great name. You know, I'll be
And then
Jules
Tara.
from now on.
And then, you know what? I'm not going to add anymore. I'm going to say that's a perfect point where Tara approaches and presents that crystal to the group, but everyone is still kind of looking at the 4 of you after that weird moment of just iridescent glow happening. And I think that's a perfect point to end on, with always saying, "You can call me Jewel."
Yes.
Because that's so adorable. I don't want to add more. That's so good.
Yeah, Jules! We found the box!
Yes.
On the box!
Yes.
And obviously, you all get paid. You get a lot more money than you imagined. If we ever play again, you can add 1,000 zenith to your character sheet. Because you
Oh my
basically
gosh.
escorted a member of the royal court back to their home.
Let's go.
But also, now as you're staying in the area for a few days, I am going to add this actually, everyone's still kind of giving you this interesting look of like, why did you guys, after that was used, all of a sudden start glowing like that? And it's just these interesting little head tilts, like, huh. And we'll leave it on that. So, one, thank you. Good job, everyone. That was fun. Good job. What we will do is go around the table and please just let everyone know once again who you are, where they can find you, and let us know about everything you got coming up. And this time we're going to go in, once I get my sheet back, I'm going to go in reverse order. So, Elsie, you're first.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Hey, hi, howdy ho. I am Elsie. You can find me at Optimistics on all social media. I use she, they pronouns, and I played Viari tonight. Where can you find me in the upcoming weeks? It is almost September. Wowie. Today, technically, or tonight, I am back on The Lost Caravan for The Walking Dead. We were initially going to do a 2-part series, but now this is the 3rd episode and the final act. I rolled a dice. I only rolled a 1, which is great, which means it only took me 1 day to recover from an arrow to the neck when I left my boyfriend, who I thought I loved, to die because he lied to me. And so he asked me to kill him because he was bit, and I said no. And so I let him die. Or turn, I guess. So we'll see how that goes, because I still have some revenge to extract on other people. And someone else may have started a cult. It's a really fun system. It's a deadly, but it's a fun system. And then entering September, you can find me again on the Lost Caravan, as you can find me on every other alternating Monday for our Hell's Gate Lancer campaign. It's the only reason I know how to coordinate unscripted initiative rolls, because I am constantly running into battle doing things without warning. So if you want to see me do some really stupid shit, that's a great place to find me. Or if you want to see me do also stupid shit, cause splash damage. Well, I do that in Lancer too, but that doesn't matter. If you want to see me kick the shit out of someone's mother, potentially this is
You are a wonderful human being. Please continue.
It's better than what I used to say. I'm gonna kiss said person and his boyfriend soon, but also gonna kick the shit out of his mom. You can find me on Entropy Emporium every other Tuesday for Masks. They call us villains, where I play the sweetest little bean in the whole world, who we talked about before is not a serial killer. What I just said definitely makes her seem completely sane. That's just Elsie. Elsie is not sane. Ellie is perfectly fine, normal, and nothing is wrong. She is happy and healthy. Thank you. And then for the next 2 alternating Thursdays, you can also find me on the Lost Caravan for Tomb Raider, which has been super fun as well. You can also find Moss. I'll let Moss talk about that more to cut my intro a little bit short, because then on the 7th, I have Speakeasy, our Call of Cthulhu game on Singularity. I swear this is my last one for the next few weeks. And I also play a little guy there. And that one, I don't know, I might be a serial killer. I did kill maybe 26 people, and I just remembered it. But I'm reunited with my fiance. So I play some unhinged characters. This is the most hinged character I've played in a while. So I apologize. I apologize, but I don't apologize.
No, don't. You're great and wonderful as you are. Next up, Moss.
Hi, I'm Moss. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me at xMossStarX. Sometimes there's periods around the Moss, sometimes there's underscores, but I'm really not on Twitter that much. Like Elsie said, you can find me next Thursday at Lost Caravan for Tomb Raider, where people are making great decisions. You're muted.
I know. I made great decisions. Sometimes we make desperate choices, Ross.
Narratively, the decisions are great.
We make desperate choices.
For data, the decisions aren't super great. But you know, we'll get there. We'll survive, probably. Unless who kills us, you know? Could happen any day. There's werewolves and stuff, I think. You know? We shotgun hot monsters with hot monsters. It's what we do. And then on Fridays, you can find me here for Omega the Rookies, where I am playing Riot, who's the goth punk idol, rocker boy, Quarian adept. It gets complicated with the classes. Last week, I was teaching sex ed. So come for that disaster. It's fun. We laugh a lot. Somebody else talk.
Out of curiosity, is Abby playing an Elcor?
Do what? No, a Volus.
Oh, Volus. Oh, the Vault. I know which one.
Yeah, but there's tactical
I've played with that Volus.
are getting added to the next installment of Omega.
Yep. I know this Volus. They're amazing.
Ball and throw.
Yep. Just curious.
Tactical.
Next up, Chrissy.
Oh, hi. I'm Chrissy. Chrissy in color on all the socials. And I think this week, I think I'm allowed to talk about this since it's today after tomorrow. It was a last minute game over on Live from the Apocalypse. We're playing The Between, and I might be playing a madam at a brothel. That might be a thing that you might get to be able to see me do. And then whenever we finally get back around to it, you'll also find me with 12-sided stories, playing some Mothership. We started and we've had to take a break, but we're getting back into it. it's a really great game. I love Mothership. It's one of my favorite systems that I've ever played. And like the story that we're playing is very dramatic, very good. Chef's kiss all the way. So yeah, you can find me in those places and maybe some more places now that I've got fall up and rolling. Maybe you'll see my face more often. But this has been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and I someday hope to play Mothership because it looks like an amazing, terrifying time.
Good. So good.
And Matt.
Hey y'all, I'm Matt. I was Oi, formerly known as Oi, now known as Jules. This evening, you can find me everywhere as Improv and RPG. And let me show y'all. I've been a little distracted tonight because my little cat has been the neediest little baby, but I just wanted to show y'all. She's been wanting pets all night. She's kind of turned away because she's super needy, but um, this has been wonderful. Thank you so much for having me, and yeah, that's it for me. Thank y'all.
I don't know how to follow up over adorableness. Oh my
Is that an
god.
actual
Oh.
cat cam? Or is that a photo?
Yeah, that's a cam. Like I can.
Oh my god!
Oh, precious bean. Look at that little bean.
I don't want to
Oh.
scare her though, so I'm not gonna move it in front of her.
That's so cool though. You gotta show me how to do that though. That's really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, such a precious bean. As for myself, God, I have to follow up a cat. That's not easy. Hi everyone. My name is Nate. I was our GM for this game. Before I go any further, thank you to the four of you for playing this because I've been wanting to run this for a little while, and you all made it really fun. It was great. I needed something that was nice and whimsical and light, and you all perfectly hit that, along with some fun quirkiness along the way, which is always appreciated. If you want to find me online, which is always a weird thing to say out loud and makes me it's just weird. You can go to Instagram, Indie Nate, INDIE Nate. I'm still on the website we won't talk about that has a very specific letter attached to it at Nate_B. I also by day I work as a photographer, so if you want to find my photo work, you can just go to natebushman.com. It's great. I'm very proud of my work. I've been doing it for 15 years. And I have nothing to promote because I'm kind of taking a small break because I've been GMing a lot lately, and it's good to be smart and healthy and take breaks here and there. So I'm gonna go do that. Follow all these amazing people. Watch all the stuff they do. They're all fantastic. They're all doing incredible work. They were all fascinating and wonderful tonight. It's probably the best words I can say. And if I learned anything tonight, it's to not say I promise ever again. So with that, because I love that and you're all wonderful for it, we're gonna go raid Happy Jacks RPG. They're awesome. I love their work. Give them a follow as well. And till next time, see you around, Warriors of Light.